एक सेकेंड चैट चालू कर दे तो दोनों. What is up, chat? What is up? कैसे मेरी जान? हेलो यो. गोल ठीक है. गोट व्हाट इज अप? अस्सलाम वालेकुम मेरे भाई. कैसे मेरे भाई? अब सोते कब हो मेरे को पता नहीं. अंकल इज बैक. लैंग्वेज गुड मॉर्निंग. हेलो सर. हेलो होला मस्त. ठीक है. गोल ठीक है. थक गया बुढ़ाओ. 2 दिन से सुबह 9 बजे उठ के 1 बजे से पूरा सुबह 8 बजे तक स्ट्रीम करके उसके बाद वापस रिपीट करके उसके बाद आज ट्रैवल करके शूट करके वो भी दो रिटर्न. थकेगा ही ना भाई. हाँ ब्रो मेरे को ये टाइम पे मेरे को जरा मन नहीं है वो चैट पढ़ने का. प्लीज बोलो कोई मॉड्स है वाईटी पे प्लीज. ओलो गैंग व्हाट इज अप? अभी किसका चैट पढ़. जैसा तू गया है वैसे मेरे स्क्रीन की ब्राइटनेस बढ़ गई. वापस वाईटी चैट पढ़ रहा भाई. आपकी दुकान का लिंक. लैंग्वेज एक्सक्लेमेटरी मार्क वीपी. रुक जाओ ये अभी वो कर देंगे. ठीक है.
I mean, having now done this game now for years.
Jokes about mad respect. Thank you very much.
Every single time we talk about him, there's always that
like आपको बिन बुलाए क्यों आता है?
Optimistic. Like, I really think they could do it. I think they could do it. But now I'm coming into this one with like, oh no, they're probably going to do it.
There's a series to it now.
Yeah, they're probably. This team is kind of a beast. So we'll see what happens here and what are they going to be choosing. Aegis Select running the double duelists here on Breeze and that Harbor to boot.
Okay. I like the Harbor, but I'm honestly looking at the Cryo and Cypher like I was talking about earlier. I love this role on him. I think he's very creative with the setup, and he has the
Vora,
aim to
Banks,
well. Like, he's able to single-handedly hold down these bomb sites all on his own, no support.
I think one thing I've noticed really level up in terms of Cryo's play is the way he plays around his cages. And we're looking at the other team now. Yeah, and talking about on KO, we brought this up earlier. I mean, this is such an interesting swap from Java. I mean, normally you'd think a player like Zeke picking this up, because to me, he comes off as their flex player. So
Amrit bhai, thank you for the membership and
KO. I mean, Lex, you know how hard it is to not only just play KO, but master
Bunks
it.
are
Absolutely. It's definitely an agent with a very high skill ceiling. I'm excited to see if he can pull it off.
Well, look, folks, G2 have their work cut out for them. So 100 Thieves, this is going to be an excellent matchup. So let's jump right into the action. Send it over to your casters. They're going to call the action. Here's Uber and Wyatt.
Welcome back to KickChat. Yeah, welcome. मैं इधर ही टकलेल लैंग्वेज.
100 Thieves.
Hello Ank, hello Nain bhai.
Consecutive times. Today though, some
एक बार बोल दो please रोहित
champions return
will get out
to
on
challenge
zero.
whether his system still
Football
sets the
में
regional
zero का
standard. There's a rivalry here, but one owned by G2 for quite some time.
Absolutely.
आपका वेट करते करते
that trophy lift in Paris
सूच गया
changed
मैं.
them. G2 wanting to prove
Hello Bunks bhai,
that the
hello.
loss in
अंकल
London
नींद हो गई कहाँ से
didn't.
नींद भाई?
And this is the environment that they thrive in.
कितने कर रहे हो?
The
कर रहा हूँ
comfort
ना?
zone
दोनों कर
back
रहा हूँ.
on the VCT stage in Americas. But can they bounce back right away? We saw in stage 1, it took a moment after Santiago. They got their bearings, trying to figure out the right comp. But then they eventually got there. Will it be a similar story today?
It's time for Match Star, brought to
Love
you
from
by
Edbit, love
Samsung OLED. It's time to play some Valorant,
Chalo,
folks.
let's go,
It's back from
boys!
high school. And 100
क्या
Thieves are
scene?
returning
I
to
think
face
100
their
Thieves
bully.
जीतेगा.
Finally,
Favorite
chalk
G2
up
मेरे
a dub
हिसाब
in this
से.
head-to-head. It's been 2 years to
मेरे
the
हिसाब से
day
100 Thieves
since
जीतेगा.
they last beat G2.
Already fast into this B-side team. A weak, we're getting the space, still finds the entry. That's stunning.
G2 here very much occupying the side. Vora is having a dig baby bay out, but number 4 Trent
I think G2 जीतेगा.
gives him that even kill in the pistol.
100 Thieves favorite है मेरे हिसाब
Sends
से.
it all up to Cryo.
बिग में मेरा नाम लो कैसे अमन भाई?
MVP in Paris, the best player in Paris, and it's up to G2 to make him feel like an average player in Los Angeles.
Nicely done from G2. Quick into that B
Prediction,
site
win,
to deny a fast execute
G2.
from 100 Thieves. Opening from Timo was still sick. That is where he really excels at a player.
How did they should
really
go
finding their
W? It
identity
went
as
W.
a
It's
team
something,
after making that
something.
swap.
Alag.
Austin to pick up the second duelist. Timo be more of the hard entry again. It's felt like G2 juxtaposed to that.
बिग में मेरा नाम लो please. कैसे हो समीर
They
भाई?
started with that harbor in stage 1, hard forcing that. Moved away
G2
from it, started
EWC
playing
का
very
बदला लेगा?
standard comps
ले
with the
सकता है।
Vice, but that didn't work in London.
ले
EWC,
सकता है।
back to some double duelist, Baby Bay,
Caster
picking
देखो।
up Neon, maybe picking up Waylay like he did in kickoff. Is this the recipe for success though?
कास्टर देखो भाई.
Or will they be forced to switch things up again?
I feel like the switching up begun in
Caster
Santiago.
देखो main
These guys
duelist
were
है
trying to find
Caster.
their footing in that really neon-dominated meta, and somehow Nongshim Red
मैं भी
Force
करूँ
has
क्या
popped up
casting?
in their way like 3
और अब
times.
अंडर तो भाग दे तो बंदे एल्बो देंगे हम देंगे पता नहीं साइफर अगर वहां पे लॉक कर रहा है साइफर के साथ कोई जा सकता है वहां पे बिंक्स कर सकते हैं बी साइड पे दो ही बंदे बी साइड पे एक स्टार भी है क्या वाइपर सोलो रोक पाएगा उसके बाद तुक भी ले तुक गया तुक से हाथ बिना डरे गया टिमोटिनो और उसका कोई ट्रेड नहीं ले पाया क्योंकि वहां पे पीछे तुक और सामने शील्ड था यहां पे अकेले लड़ते हुए साइफर सारा गिर चुका है और ये एक फ्रैग पर चढ़ते हुए चकमा लिव लेट्स गो मेरे को मिलेगा
No
क्या
investment into that round, so it
Full
makes it
delist?
easy as can be for G2.
हां
100 Thieves on this
सांस ले लो वरना
Breeze
टाटा
map. I remember when they debuted this comp back in the last stage, and at first it seemed crazy, but they really cooked something up that's working for them to the extent that we're seeing other teams trying to copy it, try and play similar agents, play in a similar style. And it's worked for them on this map. High up in their pool, obviously
भाभी
a
जी कहाँ पे
reason why
भाभी
they
जी
picked
सॉरी
it.
मतलब तैयारी चल रहा है सोने का
G2 bonus round
वापस शूट पे जाओ
underway. Tread aware of at least one player
भाई
playing that window
आज
area.
आज मैं एक्सक्लूसिव चैट पढ़ने वाला हूँ
Interest in this B side.
या फिर वाईटी का या फिर किक का जो मेरे से सबसे
Play on these
नाइसेस्ट रहेगा
attack
सबसे
sides. His
नाइसेस्ट
Cypher play, he is
उसका
slow to work the map, a very patient
ठीक है
lurker.
और ये कौन डिसाइड करेगा
Has a
मैं ही
knack for
डिसाइड
still
करूँ
finding those timings, picking up easy kills on rotators, being ready for backstabs late in the post plant to close out rounds.
दोनों जगह पे जेल लिखे हुए
It just often ends with him on the scoreboard finishing a
Facebook chat
100
पढ़ूं
Thieves
मैं
victory with 25 plus kills.
शॉट बेटी मुटी नो
Timo, second entry of the game
गलत मारा बे
already.
This setup from G2 was intended to contain 100
क्या
Thieves
डब्ल्यूडीसी
in mid,
दोनों
but they
जगह गाली पड़ रही है पलक जी
didn't have a top mid presence. Moves Trent out to a straight up duel, and now starting to feel the heat on this A side of the map. It's Valen here, and there's potential.
Easy,
Kareem
kick
needs
पे
to
कोई
be handed
नहीं,
over to this
बाइटी
chaos, but
चैट
Timo
जीतते
was
हुए
far too quick
देवल
to the
जेडिस
clip.
कमिंग आई ह्यूज विद $15 मेरी जान गड़ा
Maybe they will wait on this here. It's a bit of
W
power of
Jetis,
step 10
W
over
मेरी
to
जान
A side, and he needs to fight his way out of this situation, but simply doesn't
टाइम
see.
बैक कर रहा था टाइम बैक कर
He
रहा था
passes by
टाइम
us,
बैक
and
कर
he's
रहा
taken
था
out.
वाईटी जीत गया
Just
स्टार्ट इट
put him in the vice grip there. Patience in main from
अभी
Bora,
किसको
waiting for the rest
11
of the team
गिफ्टेड
to be
देना
able
पड़ेगा
to
किक पे
encircle Baby Bay. Good flash
मैच
from
करने के लिए
Asuna.
तब तक जीत गया वाईटी डब्ल्यू जेडिस छुपा दो छुपा दो छुपा दो
In a tough spot, Bulldog and Stinger somehow to try and extract some value from this round. Failing that, a very clean first buy for 100 Thieves. G2 don't really feel like going for too much here. Catch some of these Thieves players on the way out, and that'll be that. I'm going to be looking
लेकिन
closely
किक पे शाम को गिफ्टेड आया था
at a lot of this
टेक्निकली
mid-rounding here. Because you've
बेशर्म
got
मेरे
an IGL that
सारे
sets the standard
सारे
in Valen,
गोल्स
and feels like
kick
Vora
वालों ने
kind of showed
complete
how
किया है।
quickly you could set one of your own.
हाँ
And he had some fighting words for Valen out there in Paris. I
अभी
think it was
बैलेंस
much
हो
more
गया थैंक यू फॉर
well-behaved
द
than Valen
1000
described
किक्स
it in
मेरी
that
जान
interview, or was
एंड थैंक यू फॉर द वन गिफ्टेड मेरे को मैच करना पड़ेगा अभी
Trying to
कितना
talk
हुआ
trash.
But happy to add a little insult to injury after being the third new build America's team to pick up a global trophy
50 बचा क्या उधर
before our consistent reigning
नाजर
champions in
इतन को तो
G2.
का नहीं वो लोग आएंगे तो
And
फट से
unfortunately,
किक चैट
this is just the narrative. This is the story that they exist in. dominance in our region and
Ganda
always
bonus gaya
searching for that global success. And this is the path, the beginning of it. Their last chance in 2026 to lift one of those trophies, the biggest of them all. It's champions.
1000 kicks
They
मतलब
still got to
1000
work
rupees
their way
होते
to
भाई
getting in the
$50
tournament.
दिए
Obviously, they're off
उसपे
to a good start. They have plenty of champions points. You assume that they're going to get there.
Most don't get salary hello मिलता है भाई.
And I wonder how it kind of feels to be Jorgamo in this position. Someone
Reverse
who
मिलता है.
actually
Mod
has
बनने के
realized
लिए वो लोग
and
को मेरे
felt
को
and
देना पड़ता है
experienced
monthly.
how hard it is to try and come
Bang,
back
I love you,
after
मेरी जान
being the
बेटे.
best in the world, winning a championship, trying to
तो एक ने
reclaim
कौन सा
that
मैं
moment,
शूट करके आया
that
हूँ अभी
window,
boot camp.
that form, that team, the mix, the the
USD में ज़्यादा,
chemistry.
USD ज़्यादा,
It's been
USD.
years, and he's been grinding that entire time, and he's watching a team of young players who just achieved a victory at
लेकिन
an
किक का
international
50%
event.
मिला होगा ना गिफ्टेड नहीं
In
देने.
the back of his mind, he's probably going, "You guys
Gifted
don't know what you're
50
getting into."
मल्टी
I'm
स्ट्रीम में
sure
सिर्फ एड ड्राइव का
he'd
होता
love
है.
to remind them who's boss here
बाकी
at
कुछ
home, but
नहीं.
also seeing these guys, many starting out their careers in Tier 1. Timo, who didn't ask for permission to be in Tier 1, he broke in.
फिर
I
नाज
wonder what
इतन
he's thinking now in a
कल
matchup like this.
आएंगे
Also in a
बहुत
role
पढ़
that
के
is
बाद वो सबके
kind of
चैट्स
evolving in real
पढ़ते
time.
और रिप्लाई भाई
Being on
क्रिस
KO on
भाई
this first map.
भाई तुम लोग सोचो ब्रो तुम लोग सोचो बकचोदी में किक का स्टफ बकचोदी हम लोग ने इतनी बकचोदी की चैट तुम लोग इतने पसंद आए 5 घंटे का स्ट्रीम मारा था मैंने लास्ट और 5 घंटे थे नाज भाई चैट में हाँ और क्रेजी ना ओके भाई टेक केयर किधर जा रहा है टीटू जीता सेक्सी मैच हाँ आज किसको
And
सपोर्ट
on stage, I'm hearing it was too plush. It was
हाँ,
lulling a
दोनों
player
strong
into like
टीम
a
है. मेरे को
half
feeling है
sleepy
100
state.
जीतेगा.
Steak too juicy, lobster too buttery type vibes. But we're back into the game. We're activated.
Language
Spot
glitch.
here in A main for Arsenal, but has to clear it anyway. Diligent.
He was happy to get a late kill last
100
round.
के views भी है व्यूज का
All
पैसा नहीं
active
मिलता है
here.
भाई बाइटे एड रेवेन्यू ऑफ है ना
Opportunity to break the G2 economy early.
And this slower pace really plays into G2 with like a 40-second 0-point timing. It's going to slow things up further and get you some really valuable info at the
अगर
midpoint of the
एग्जिट
round.
मारेगा तो वो लोग रुक पाएंगे क्या स्पैम में रुक पाएंगे बस कि आसुना का भी अल्ट है
Joke's over.
All right, this is the go signal now. Runner back for us, and as he pushes into the side, he gets past that fragment. And Valor's too busy trying to clear that recon out of the way. Jaw now going to strike, going to get involved in this fight as Arthur's going to be sent back to A main, and the spike is loose on the site. But again, Trent is handled in mid. It's that late activation from Cryo now. That could be a bit of a thorn in the side of G2 as he makes his way in through mid. Babyface cleared off the side, and it's Leaf again to be called on to salvage a tough early round. His crosshairs in the right spot, but Cryo is a little too sharp. And it's these two. Leaf and Cryo late in the round. You always expect to be trying to have that impact.
Leaf had the game sense, the position, the crosshair placement looked good. But Cryo is in serious form.
अभी क्या एक सजेशन है चैट टू स्क्रीन पे डालना अलग से स्क्रीन ओपन करने में स्क्रीन से छोटी जाती है ऐसे
biding his time and elbow the whole way, ready to cut
लैंग्वेज
off
बमर
does just
कितनी वॉच पट्टी
that,
करेगा सुनेंगे
clutches
इसके
out,
बाद
and this is 100 Thieves. They're able to break the G2 economy.
Finally getting an accolade to match the consistent performance, right? The MVP in Paris.
Absolutely one of the best America's players to have not lifted a global trophy.
इतना बड़ा मैप
No
पे
longer a sentence to be spoken
सोलो
about him.
स्मोक काम आया और जीत
I
गया
remember
ना।
even a couple months ago in an interview, he was talking about being inspired by his friends, his America's players around him who've been able to successfully get that accolade, and how bad he wanted to be among them.
जंपिंग भी नहीं कर सकते
Trent has been getting battered here in mid. With 3 rounds out of 5 so far, he's been on the wrong end of a first kill. He's been varying up his approach.
वेयर्स की तेरे पास दो है हमारे 2 स्क्रीन स्पॉन्सर कर ले Bro has not played Mumbai server.
Leaves a little bit to be desired here for G2 now. Is this thrust onto the A side of the map? And Joel's going to try and dispense this util to buy a little bit of space. Try and get in there and take this fight perhaps, but he's going to be brought down instantly. It's a bandit from Valen. An admirable little two-piece, but far from enough for a round like this.
That was a valiant try by Valiant. Ye kaisa tha? Bro, I am a English
kind of shots
team.
You want to see from Valen on Breeze, though. The last incredible game that he had individually this year.
Language,
it was their 3-0 win to qualify for Santiago, all the way back in kickoff. He dominated a series on Astra. There's something like 65 kills to 35 deaths. He was outrageous.
And while we talk about 100 Thieves having this monkey on their back of G2, right, this spectre that always looms over their games, for G2 it was Nongshim. They lost twice to them in London after really struggling to get to grips with their style in Santiago.
EWC looks so strong.
And I think for Valorant, it's kind of a mission right now to restore some credibility and confidence in his system and the way he operates in this team, which up until a couple months ago has been above reproach.
Last player standing. Spike down.
G2 opportunity now for their second gun round. For a moment there, I think they had the op, but switches back to the rifle. 100 Thieves with this momentum just snowballing into ults. They can keep the momentum going, the aggression going.
Push up an elbow like this. Joe essentially was alone in that regard, but Cryo's able to peek in and make it a trade up for 100 Thieves.
Timo doesn't get the first blood this round, but that pressure applied created an opening towards this A site that 100 Thieves are exploiting. They're getting into the post plant with the man advantage, with a reckoning in the hands of Bang. This round should be over, but it looks like G2 want to go for it. They want to test 100 Thieves, excuse me, despite this disadvantage.
It does feel deterministic when you're dealing with the reckoning. Here it comes. Coming from for Trent here, and Leaf is just left alone on an island, no pun intended. Out in the middle of the site, blinded up, an easy target.
It's just got to be save time. No other options. 100 Thieves would be happy to go for a hunt. Cryo gets the audio cue on both of them.
One enemy remaining.
Shot,
Happy stuff from the young caller.
Counter shot, be.
We'll get some of his own back here, and he will be carrying a gun out of this round unless Bang has something to say about it. Oh dear.
Counter shot, be. 100 Thieves ka crazy start hai.
A rifleless G2.
बोले बस सारे ults है,
now dropped 2 rounds behind 100 Thieves. And I've got to wonder just how many Josh RT timeouts are going to be required to stabilize this defense.
Syro नहीं, Syro है वो, वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. इन्हें का एक ही मैच है कि बस ये वाला देखने वाला. फिलहाल इसका मेरे पास full energy है. ये मैच देखने का. इसके बाद क्या होएगा मेरे को पता नहीं.
Little bit of layered deception, but that pressure applied from Timo towards the connector. It just completely threw G2 off.
The handle of the button.
He was ready to go. Can't blame him. Because in addition to being at this deficit, 100 Thieves being on a 4-round run, G2, they've stacked up all 5 of their ultimates when we get back into this. So there could be a game plan coming through to maybe get an early advantage with some lower buy weapons and then risk just rattling the ults off on this next round where G2 are going to have a lower buy. But ultimately, the gun round after, they need to win. Must win round.
Josh has his hands full in this matchup. On the other side of the stage, European superstar coaches NBS and Doombros have already notched up their second global championship.
NBS winning that first champions was 5 years ago. Doombros winning in Copenhagen 4 years ago, and they've still got it.
Definitely feels like when they touched down here in Americas, there was an aura of confidence about those two. They could really drive change. And with a team that had frustrated its fans for so long by coming so close, but not taking that important last step into a global, into an international event.
I reached gold to peak 2 years ago. Then I started watching a stream. I can't reach bronze to now.
Still that desire for 100 Thieves to now take it to the next level. They succeeded at EWC, but it's about taking that to a Masters, but in the case this year, just champions. That's all we've got left. It's about not being stuck at that same brick wall they haven't been able to get past, being just one away from qualifying.
Love from Raga. Hi, non-member love.
It's teams like NRG and G2 that have kept them just away from making it to one of those globals. So we're talking about the 0-5 against G2 that began on this day 2 years ago, the first time they lost to them, and they haven't been able to beat them since.
Right. And before that, they owned the rivalry. In fact, they sort of beat them in the stage finals back in 2024. It's a pretty decisive game. This is very much a B stack for G2 around a lot of these pistols. Only leaving Jaw on this A side of the map.
देखेंगे अभी पहला किल मिलेगा तो ये लोग ट्राई कर सकते हैं. दो यूज अल्ट है.
Feels like any hopes G2 would have had at getting into this round early.
अगर पहला पिक मिला, एस्ट्रा वॉल और बीबीपी अल्ट में ट्राई कर सकते हैं लोग मजाक सेट कर.
Yeah, no real interest, I guess, in a lot of ultics. Who's the divide comes out. Okay, we're going to start to see these drawn forward now, but the weaponry is still not really there for G2. Cry able to catch out Leaf there, inside connector, and the commitment of the Astra ultimate and the overdrive yield zero result for G2.
I suppose just not feeling like they had enough future value to not take a risk in this round, given the higher impact ults of the double initiator that they have available will be more consequence on the full buy. I understand the logic there. But 100 Thieves properly positioned around that post plant to deny them with ease. All the crossfires, cryo indoors.
जिसको गिफ्टेड मिला था गिफ्टेड वाले को छुपा देना ठीक है.
Baby Bay's aggression, a Baby Bay that now does have the operator, was considering it earlier, opted against it, but wants to pick it up now.
उसको जरूरत नहीं है लिंक से तो
एक्सट्रीम rounds to the good for 100 Thieves, guns back in G2's hands, and Baby Bay gets an op and finds their pick. How do 100 Thieves plan to respond?
Doors, right? Yeah. No, opping top mid. Top mid. Yeah.
I look at like just.
I'm
gonna
drone. I'm gonna
peek.
Yeah, make the noise. Tim has a good timing.
No one bricks, no one tree.
Nice. Yellow.
I don't see the off.
Sobo was here. No, off shouldn't be here. I think you guys have a free sight.
I don't see anything.
I'm
with you, Sean.
You can't flash over there.
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna snipe roll. Can you guys wait 2 seconds?
Yeah.
You don't
know how. What off?
Okay.
I think the opera's posted on me.
There's two.
Double door.
Go B. I'm gonna wall. Make a think we're going.
Heavy miss.
I'm gonna be.
This opera's gonna be on B site.
We have Cove. Can we?
भाई वो लोग का रीड ओपी है.
Pick this ding.
Hey, down.
One more mid.
Doors. You go back A if you can.
Yeah. Throw a Cove B. Yeah, do the emo.
Do a lurk over.
Yeah.
Are you gonna flank the double door?
I'll flank A.
Okay. Cove, get him in.
That was the mid guy.
Open the van. Double door.
30 seconds left.
ब्रो सोआ ने अच्छा ट्राई किया था रे. ट्रेंट अगर छुपा रहता ऑफ गार्ड पकड़ा जाता था.
Pick a left.
Yeah. You want to flip?
Yeah, flip. We have Cove in 9.
Left pyramid. Kill this guy.
One of you go right.
I'm going left.
Go right. Cove, split.
Nice plan.
Nice.
We have Cove as well.
10 seconds left.
Mid door.
Double door.
Last player standing.
ब्रो अगर बीबीबी ने क्लच किया ना
The way you guys play right there.
Talk about being rewarded for basically reading the entire round perfectly. From the position of Baby Bay over at B to the choice to double up and double door. Feels like 100 Thieves just read G2 like a book. And not even Baby Bay could stop them.
Credit to Trent though, honestly, you were seeing his pathing around the map. Felt like he was ahead of it, but yet 100 Thieves knew exactly what he was going to do. On top of all of that, around where you are just seeing that cryo form. Watching him take these lurk timings, unafraid to duel. And why would he be?
Membership लेने पे भी काम होता है.
Membership का
ऐप ज़्यादा optimized है. Membership
no one can deal with him.
G2 have done very little in this map after winning the pistol.
ठीक है, useless.
It's been a quiet 6 rounds from them.
भाई वो लोग ने क्या लेफ्ट किया बे ओवरऑल लेकिन बिना फर्स्ट पिक के.
Still heavy stack on B, and they've got the confidence in a round like this to have any presence in mid.
और वो भी टाइम आउट के बाद होता है. I think वो प्लान ही था. ऐसा भी नहीं था कि
to get some value out of this outlaw. Well, the drone out of B here comes at a pretty good time. Might force 100 Thieves to fight for it, but again, they should be brimming with confidence.
God,
and why wouldn't he be? Just as you said it.
Just so smart, knowing that timing that Cryo would have.
Spike. अकेला स्पाइक फाइट ले रहा हो.
Pressure from 100 Thieves. Kills being found with the better weapons. Some patience from them. Just making sure that they group up, get a good exec off. No reason they can't bring this to 7.
Banks high tide. They got the Cove to help them cross. This is a timing from Baby though, sliding on through. That could be disruptive. Arsenal, they're affected by the Nova Pulse. They want to pick up and get back on with the job. Baby's got himself a nasty spot. The Blaze Bulldogs got to obscure 100 Thieves for now, and Cryo once again found a way to be the cat amongst the pigeons.
He's just continuing the reign of terror. He can't be shut down.
Good
attack from Baby. The flank, there's a nice shot with the Sheriff, but in that position, as soon as the Cove comes down, it's just over for him.
Feels different, doesn't it?
FIFA देखते हो आप?
The atmosphere around this G2 team right now. It's like a grim determination. Maybe a discomfort.
आज फ्रांस जीतेगा.
I don't think we've ever seen them in at least the last couple of years where they have needed to bounce back from honestly like so much mental damage, so much adversity that they've been working through within this last month.
And they are trying to squeeze every drop of value that they can out of Baby Bay. They have put him everywhere. Vice, Sentinel, put him as a dive duelist, secondary duelist. And now the solo Neon on this map.
Joke's over.
How much more does he have to give?
100 Thieves just keeping it straightforward, exec into A. Run it back, going to at least keep the rest of the team safe, knowing that they can just pass into that site unscathed. I like that Timotino wants to take a forward position here.
They've got to retake against the Reckoning again, Wyatt. We saw how that went last time. G2 were forced into a save in the end. Trent here, though, is going to get his. Timo's pushed pretty far forward despite being suppressed by this null command. Gets his. Now wants to surge forward. This is a problem. He's a backstab presence here for G2 potentially. And George's going to be knocked on down. Leaf is fallen because Timo found his way through the backside. And Trent's been the one to try and smooth things out, to be the antidote to chaos. But in a 1v2 with players diametrically opposite him, there's nothing to be done. Slide through, and the audacious Timo puts a cap on it.
I think that's a round that honestly encapsulates that idea we touched on of 100 Thieves finding their identity. The swap of Austin to the secondary duelist, Timo to the primary duelist. Both of them kind of fighting their individual wars and coming out on top. Asuna on this Phoenix has just been different. So much scrutiny thrown towards him every year with 100 Thieves, hoping, fans hoping for so much more success. But they've got it right now, and he is looked so comfortable with this current iteration of the roster. It really is beautiful to see.
I know one thing.
Josh has one timeout left.
Whatever you see.
Mainly to spend on the attack side. It's Cryo, man. This guy is unshakable! And Baby Bay ends up taking him on solo. They're all theft now.
How can you lose? How can you lose with him on your team?
You just don't. 3 kills for Cryo. And it's a G2 that are reeling.
टीम में क्या होता है, पीछे क्या बात होता है, तुम लोगों को कुछ मालूम नहीं रहता. जब भी हम लोग ने टीम बनाया था, बहुत लोगों ने हम लोग को गाली दिया था कि AMQ duelist की नहीं खेला.
Arsenal has that in space. Takes 0 damage from that encounter. And that's a full house between him and Cryo.
क्यों नहीं खेला? दूसरा क्यों खेला?
Everybody just has the aim lock on. Timo, Cryo, Arsenal are just going crazy.
I mean,
look at this shutdown. It's funny because there was so much talk. I mean, I remember myself included. We're watching 100 Thieves earlier this year. We want to see Cryo go off in this Sentinel role. And of course, you're just going to lean into the thinking of, well, can we get this guy in chamber as much as possible? He is one of the all-time great oppers in Americas. But yet he is just fully leaned into this Cypher. And as time has gone on, we are just watching him get better and better at it. To the extent where he can put the team on his back when they need him.
Language Purit.
That's another really illuminating
कल का क्या
point
stream होगा?
there
कल Pacific होएगा, उसके बाद show match होएगा, उसके बाद EMA continue करेंगे, उसके बाद NA करेंगे.
Spotted 3 from 100 Thieves. They've pulled out of elbow now, and they might be considering testing the pit.
सारा 3 solo fight है बस elbow fight वो लोग एक साथ ले रहे हैं बस.
Appears to be A commitment from 100 Thieves. The reckoning brought to bear by Bang. Lee forced to play from the outside of this poison orb. Now this is dangerous. Stunned up as he tries to make his way in. Has to respect the relay pulse. And even in that pocket, he was looking to make some chaos happen.
Oh my.
He was just a passenger.
What's happening, bro?
Jaw down to that shot.
What is going on?
I mean, it was a very util heavy moment. Look at all the X's on the map in that corner.
100 Thieves really understood the contingencies in that situation, though. The additional relay bolt where that Viper could have gotten back in towards the pit, in towards Cubby. Leaf is red in that situation, and the double face undoes Trent. 1 versus 2. Valen can give G2 a third. Brutal half for G2 returning to America's soil. 100 Thieves just picking up right where they left off at EWC.
How do you prevent this from utterly shattering your confidence? Valen has nothing to show there as a 10-2 half concludes. 100 Thieves only give the pistol and then anxiety go up, and the rest of it is the smoothest of sailing.
Fast executes the splits towards A. G2, no answers. No success on the retakes, just watching 100 Thieves getting in good post-plant positions, fighting together aggressively, and all the while, when that's going on, Cryo is just picking the perfect timings. Catching off the rotators, knowing when it's a good time to take an isolated duel as well. He has just been phenomenal.
We've got a quick break in the works here. Unlikely it's going to be enough for G2 to bounce back from that. They've got to get their heads on straight if they want to make it a competitive breeze. Stick around and see if that's the case or if we're quickly going to get ourselves off to sunset.
That's औरत आज सचिन W मैं मिस किया यार डैडी बफ
thousands of Verizon customers. Oh, you got the free Verizon.
How did you
do? With amazing seats. I'm sorry. Okay. And even
Bob of the best match star. Liquid Velocity cheat miss किया.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets.
Try more because Penaldo can't win. Oh, तेरे गांड में आती का लैंडा? मेरे को नहीं मालूम है फुटबॉल, लेकिन मेरे को 2 गोट का नाम मालूम है. कुछ सुन के नहीं लूंगा. बख्शुदी नहीं. और दे दो क्या भाई है 2 ही गोट का नाम मालूम है मेरे को.
A lot of teams that we've seen so far this week have been changing compositions, have been
technically
trying different things.
Mbappe भी मालूम है.
So, VVV, I just want to know, what are you guys going to be doing?
Oh yeah, we're mixing it up a little bit. You know, we got the Unk on primary duelist list now. I'm ready to fry.
So like, you're back to Jet?
Maybe, maybe not.
Right,
thank you so much.
Okay. Maradona नहीं, नेमार नहीं, लमीन यमाल नहीं. मैं देखता नहीं हूँ कहाँ से भाई. हालैंड नहीं. विराट.
We watched him stumble into a smoke at the end of that last round and eventually just get brought down. It wasn't a raw, but a whimper that Valen capitulated with at the end of a brutal defense side for G2. Now with the margins razor thin on Breeze, he has to call a hell of attack side half to get his team back in this game.
Against 100 Thieves that off that trophy lift have come back to Americas with the confidence and the fire that a tournament win like that provides. So far, haven't skipped
next
a beat.
Level positive vibe.
Close it out on defense. 3 rounds away from victory on their own map pick.
Mostly an open B site here. It's just Cryo playing off of at the back, and I'm sure he'll be actually poised here, not only to buy some time, but maybe take a frag.
Love to be a Cypher. Come up just a little bit faster with a highlight.
Yeah. Jaw here just trying to block off any push here. There's an intuition of a timing from G2 that 100 Thieves might try and come at them. Asen is down. Jaw with a quick flash off this. Cryo caught unaware. That's a great little one piece here in the midst of this fight. Banks been able to get pretty deep onto the site though now with this cove up. He gives it a tap. This is going to force Jaw out of hiding out in the open, in fact. And Banks able to bring him down. The numbers favoring 100 Thieves, and we get a defuse in progress right now against the half. Bang!
Bro, actual में possible था भाई 2v2 वाला fight जीते तो bro, what the fuck?
Kind of situation where that Cove thrives.
Like
G2
करने
know all
बोलेगा
about.
मैं बोल like
It
करो
is funny to
boys.
see them
They're not playing Harbor
after
anymore.
playing so much Harbor on every map, not playing it on the best Harbor map.
मेरे को मैच दिखने
Completely
करके आया
moving
मैं
away from
suddenly.
it. Able to get the second pistol though, and it obviously goes without saying. They needed that to stay in the game, Mitch. Hate to state the obvious,
एक
but
सेक्शन समोसा वाला भी लगा तो 100 के पॉइंट पे समोसा वो भी.
It would be disappointing to see us
I love samosa.
move on to Sunset without Valen's rebuttal to Vora's
चलो मैं
attack
sleeping.
cycle.
Done.
Want to see some really inventive mid-rounding here. Baby Bay though wants to make it happen early on in the piece into the fast lane. Jaws able to peer in from main. That's nice.
अगर ये लोग
Big stack here towards double door.
लड़ लिया वापस ये लोग के लग गए chat.
And Arsenal's going looking towards A main. Trent though is ready for him. Just blows him up.
लग गया.
Now Cryo might be one and done at best here. Unfortunately, not even that.
W read बे.
One enemy remaining.
I know the double initiator remains out of vogue. We've seen great util from both initiators in these first 2 rounds on the G2 attack. Massive value from the recon and on the pistol round. Those pop flashes that Jaw was throwing, backside, so his teammates could swing. They were really the difference maker when we saw 100 Thieves on the retake.
They saw that on the pistol for sure. They got the better of Cryo. He had nowhere to go.
आपका प्राइम गेम प्ले और वैलन का सेम था.
Trent really wants to take the chaos of Timo and Arsenal and make these rounds predictable. He wants to eliminate that random element.
Despite everything, Trent has had a phenomenal year. Easy top 10 player of 2026. Oh my God.
I mean, little cast
भाई
curse there.
फैंटम से लोग ऐसा मारते हैं
what are you supposed to do about that? I mean, just ridiculous peak, ridiculous shot.
We were seeing this on the attack side though as well from 100 Thieves.
My bad, bro. That's on me.
मेरा सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन है.
Here's the walk
ये स्कोर लाइन में
close by. Timo don't get caught unawares. Cryo not in a position to really cover that for him at all, so it ends up just being a 1-for-1. All of a sudden, G2 are back.
Little tuck in the cage from Cryo there is crazy. All right, 3-on-3 retake. 100 Thieves couldn't find success in this situation on the pistol, but now that Asuna
इतना लेट क्या कर रहे हो इसे निकलने के लिए भाई?
100 Thieves have a large advantage, and Jaw knows he needs to do something to even it up.
It's just not good enough. The timing they're great for Arsenal as they came into mid, but yeah, you see these guys are looking for a chance to take a duel. And so they should. But right now, 100 Thieves in that metric are dominating this matchup.
It's just the anti-bonus, though. And we're looking at a G2 on their full buy who are going to have the null command for Jaw. He's gotten that up very early.
ठीक है भाई. मेरे को उसका हेड भी नहीं दिखा.
There's a lot of significance though on this game. I also think with the
चला था हूँ तब भी फैंटम चला तो तब भी वन टैप देता है हेड और मर जाता 140 देख के. वैंडल कौन सा हेड 140 भाई?
Gives him a huge leg up in any of these maps. We get Haven if we need it, and I wasn't really over the moon about their performance against Notion at EWC.
Yeah, feels like they're not exactly sure where to take their map pool at the moment. But maybe since EWC break for them, they've taken the Sunset to the next level. Regardless though, Josh has no intentions of giving 100 Thieves an easy win here on Breeze, despite the deficit. Calls in the timeout, obviously knows the value of this round. It's essentially the match on the line right now.
Coming around with an ult command after G2 on the attack side, so there's always that option of just slam one of those sites, try and gamble on the correct one, the more lightly held site, and run it out through main behind that KO ult.
या फिर ऑप से
see if there's something more subtle to it. But honestly, G2 might feel like going back to brass tacks could benefit them. And with noses up against the barrier, that might be what we're about to see.
जी में कोच की जगह खाली है. आप बेस्ट हो उसके मैं बेस्ट हूँ भाई.
They have the trip set up on B, send the Cypher over towards the A side.
They're playing so far back off the map here.
laptop get PC बोल देना. Uninstall क्यों करने बोल रहे हो? Best game है भाई.
Okay, so they signal an A split at the start of this round.
सो जाया करो टाइम से आंसर मत दो.
Lock it down with just the gun if they go into A.
He's ready for it. Look at him with that positioning, the step to a bit of virtual high-low setup there in place for G2, allows them to win it out. Baby Bay slides through and gets a trade for Trent. His shock dart finds purchase on Arsenal at the back of the side.
Those are the kind of positions, if you're trying to anchor on A, that's really going to get exploited from the attackers. But again, it's Leaf being caught on this lurk that is going to give 100 Thieves an opening. G2 relinquish a lot of space on A, forced back to an extent from Baby Bay going down. That 1-for-1 moment.
6-7 करो thumbnail में match होगा.
Door for G2 is so important in this round. They've lost in the Timo.
Look how he slowed them down.
They've come to a screeching halt. They're trying to smoke that cross, and Timo does not care. Jorgamo gets his face blown off through the nebula, and bang, lands the finisher.
Felt like a moment of hesitation there from G2, maybe trying to get Leaf in a better position. It ends with him being caught and that space just being acquiesced. 100 Thieves more than willing to just get right back into backside, and what a play from their IGL4.
Oh my God.
That
moment there,
so nice.
Dead stop from G2 for me is emblematic of their issues right now. The call isn't decisive or it doesn't come through. Losing Leaf in mid really hurt them.
Last chance strong, actually strong. Mazak set ka strong. अभी नेक्स्ट मैच कुछ तूफानी कमबैक टाइप आएगा तो पता नहीं.
G2 का मैच है.
लेकिन आई थिंक 100 Thieves फेवर्ड रहेगा. किसको पता है कौन फेवर्ड है इसमें?
100 Thieves.
इनसे वॉच पार्टी करूंगा.
They take note of this. They're already bringing Fora into back up on this A side. Arsenal wants to explore and is punished for it. Leaf's going to hold the angle there with the Guardian, and Bang will try and slow them down a little bit with his high tide. Leaf's been found yet again. Huge pick off for Vora, who was brought in after a quiet start to the round. And Bang's got to hear this. Oh, it's too easy! They line up for him. And he heads to 13. Cove on the plant location. Trent is in trouble. Has to fight his way. Kicking and screaming out of this, and a spray through the Cove is just what he needed. But it's so far from enough. 100 Thieves riding high, coming back into Americas. Show us they haven't missed a beat.
Incredible look from them on their map pick. Playing this comp that they've...
चलो G2 is favored. इसके लिए तुम्हारे लिए आज एक नाइट टाइम शायरी जो मैंने खुद लिखी है. मैं ऐसा हूं नहीं जैसा मैं बताया गया है, हर बार है मुझे इन्हीं बातों से सताया गया है, उसी यादों को मैं अभी खत्म कर देता हूँ, पर अफसोस मुझे बिन बात के रुलाया गया है, उसके साथ बिताया हर लम्हा मुझे याद है, उसके बाद मेरा जिंदगी रहना बर्बाद है, चाहे जितनी भी कोशिश कर लूँ उन्हें भूलने की, इस पे उसको भूलना पाना मेरे बस के बाहर है, मुझे बस उस लड़की से प्यार है. ठीक है, सीधा एक लाइन पे बोलता है उस लड़की से प्यार है. इंच ये क्या बात हुई भाई? यही रीजन रहेगा भाई. देख, ब्रेकअप का अगर हुआ है, हो सकता है ये रीजन हो, क्योंकि मेन चीज तूने एंड में बोली. मेरे को नहीं लगता वो एंड तक रुकी थी. मेरे को नहीं लगता. पहले 2 लाइन में गुड नाइट बोला रहेगा, बाकी के 2 लाइन में बाय, बाकी 2 लाइन लास्ट के इसमें एक सोलो टिकाया रहेगा. आर्यन स्टॉप स्पैमिंग प्लीज. क्या हो गया? 100 Thieves have improved a lot after stage 1. They are looking very dangerous. एक सेकेंड, तू ये एक तो ये तू स्पैम कर रहा है. जो बंदा हर मैचेस देखता है उसको ठीक है. माय गॉड, एक बच्चा आ गया ब्रो. ओ माय गॉड. ना खुद का नाम है, ना खुद का डीपी है, कुछ नहीं भेंच, खुद का वजूद ही नहीं है कुछ। बाबू क्या सीन, कुछ सोचा है लाइफ में करने का? कुछ सोचा है? पकड़ो पिकाचू को। पिकाचू हंटिंग बाद में करेंगे अपन, बाद में पूरा मैटर खत्म होने के बाद उसके बाद करेंगे। खुद की आइडेंटिटी धुंधला रहेगा। धुंध भाई मैं बोल भी नहीं पा रहा हूँ यार, मैं लैक ऑफ स्लीप इज हिटिंग मी। मैं क्या बोला शायरी वाले भैया, मैं क्या बोला शायरी वाले भैया, ऐसे लोगों को दो ना एक दो खतरनाक को। अभी मत लिखना चैट में, अभी मत लिखना। आज का शूट कैसा था? बढ़िया था, बहुत प्यारा था। ये क्या है ये? मेरे को क्यों लग रहा है ये लाल पपीता उड़ने वाला है? क्या किसको आ रहा है ये वाइब? किस टाइप की चाहिए? अभी नहीं, अभी नहीं, अभी कुछ नहीं चाहिए, अभी कुछ नहीं चाहिए। टॉप 4 फ्रॉम एवरी रीजन बता दो। पैसिफिक में जेनजी, PRX, T1, EMEA में आई थिंक ये दोनों आगे जाएंगे। और फेनेटिक नहीं, आई थिंक G2 का लेफ्ट राइट होगा। आई थिंक 100 थीव्स, फेनेटिक, माई BR, वाइटलिटी शायद। G2 100 थीव्स क्या बोल रहा हूँ? ओ माय गॉड, ओ माय गॉड। ठीक है ठीक है, क्या कहा था? फेनेटिक, 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 वाइटलिटी, ये बराबर है। बाकी दो ब्रो मेरा गया, मेरा ब्रेन गया, मेरा ब्रेन गया, मेरा ब्रेन गया।
Folks, give it up for Temit, everyone! Now, my friend, we just saw 100 Thieves come out the gate swinging on Breeze. They look good. Are you as optimistic on 100 Thieves as we were coming into this matchup?
Yeah, for sure. I think this is like the best version of 100 Thieves we've ever seen. I mean, they came off that win with EWC, right? They look really, really good.
Yeah, no, they look fantastic. Now, Mel told me that you are quite proficient with the Neon.
Say the least.
Yeah, it is, you know, like, say the least. You know, some say the words would be one trick. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't want to be that guy.
I may have like a few thousand hours on Neon, but it's only a
few thousand. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, that being said, how would you rate the Neon gameplay and what we're seeing right now?
Yeah, I mean, Timotino looked really good out there. I think it is kind of crazy having Baby Bay on the Neon instead of Jogamo on G2.
Yeah.
Because Jogamo's been cooking on the Neon back in the day, right? But yeah, they look really good out there.
No,
love you, SK, NIP, love you, Meri Jaan Gade, love you.
For Neon after the nerf. I wanted to ask, like, what are your thoughts now? We're a while away from the nerf, and you're watching these teams play. What comes to your mind now?
Was it overreacting a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, so like, a little bit of backstory on that, right? I was in Korea at the time, and they disabled Neon, and I was doing a challenge. So I'm across the world trying to play Neon, and they disable her, and I come back, and I have to play the new version. It is, I say I would probably overreact a little bit. I mean, she's still really good, right? As you can see, you can still get really good use out of her. Her slide is still amazing, right? But the main thing is just like the movement, right? Jumping around the air. You can't really do that anymore, but you can definitely still make her good. And I think she's still in a good spot, right? I still enjoy it.
It's just mostly because they're messing with your content.
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to, you know? Don't mess up with his stuff, you know?
It's my job.
Exactly. Now, let's look ahead here, right? Because we're going to be taking a trip over to Sunset, Mel, and this is going to be an opportunity for G2 to fight back, but it's looking a little dicey right now out there. They were only able to get, what, 4 or 5 rounds from that game?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty brief affair, all things considered, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it in terms of you think Sunset is a Neon map, because we've seen her play there before.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Sunset is probably Neon's best map. Especially with Timotino. He's looked really good. I'm excited to see it for map 2. I hope G2 though can come back and get a nice little map 3. But
yeah, no, of course. I mean, we're really curious to see if G2 can bring this one back. We're going to talk more with Temit, but for now, let's send it down over to Dryad. She had an opportunity to catch up with the coach of G2, Josh RT.
G2 was struggling a little bit in that map 1, but throughout this year, Josh RT, we've seen a lot of changes for the team. A scenario where vvvvvvv was playing on that Sentinel role, was playing that secondary duelist, and now is the primary duelist. Do you think the lack of success in some of these series comes from the lack of identity that G2 has been having?
I wouldn't say that's the case. I think we're just going back to pre-Santiago roles. We just made a decision after London that we should try to go back to that. I think it felt more comfortable, and it's more of a focus on team dynamics here, and we thought that was the best way for us to play. The series so far right now is mainly came down to some indecisive moments, and honestly, the 100 Thieves are playing really, really well. We worked on Breeze, and we still didn't execute the way we wanted to. And once you give 100 Thieves that room to go, and they'll just go. So, yeah, we'll try to do a lot better here. I think it's more about being intentional with our actions and just deciding. And that'll be the main thing for us here.
Do you feel like the team fully reset going into this map 2?
I hope so. I mean, I felt like I talked to them a lot here, and I just try to inspire some confidence. Like, hey, it's just the same game. It doesn't matter what it is. We're going into our map pick. They won theirs. We're just going to take this home after that.
All right, best of luck. Thank you.
And of course, G2 Esports needs to find another gear if they want to force this series to Haven. As you see, Sunset is going to be coming up here. We were talking earlier with Temit about what we should be expecting here, and Temit want to revisit that again. Sunset, the map itself. Do you feel good about what you're seeing from 100 Thieves on their Neon play versus what you were seeing from G2?
Yeah, with Timotino running it down, they went A side every single round on Breeze, and especially with a map like Sunset, getting control of that B main lane is so important. So we're going to see that going into map 2.
Yeah, what util do you think makes Neon so strong on this map? Like, what are your set plays, if you don't mind just leaking to all of us? Sure. Not just so I can use it against you in ranked.
Yeah, I definitely think, especially with the Neon Sun, bounces off the wall, you're able to instantly take care of that lane on B side, and also having that Omen blind as well, super huge on this map.
Hey, well, Temit, I want to thank you so much for your time, my man. Appreciate you guys. Riot Games Arena, give it up for Temit, please, if you don't mind. And we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're jumping right back into the action. We'll see you in a few.
Love you, Binks. Bye, Yota. Bye. Love you too, Meri Jaan Kote. Thank you for the 40 Meri Jaan Kote. I fucking love you, Binks. I love you too, Meri Jaan Kote. Binks भाई कभी VCT में कभी खेल ना पा रहे तो आप भी खेलोगे, टीम का कैप्टन बनना पसंद करोगे कभी रे 50 साल का उम्र तभी. How do you manage your routine? like रात भर स्ट्रीम करते हो, डे ऑफ और कौन सा डे ऑफ? मैं डे ऑफ नहीं रहता. पहले माफी मांग लेता हूँ किस चीज करे.
And at this point in the series for 100 Thieves, it appears the
YouTube पे एक बार म्यूट करके
has
गाना बजा तो नहीं
returned
बजा
with
सकता
the
ना.
trophy from
सॉरी नहीं
Paris.
चले.
But just as NBS
चिल्ले
said in
बड़ी
that coach
थोड़ा
interview in
बहुत
the
मस्ती
break,
चलता है लेकिन बड़ा
it's one
चैट
thing to
करोगे
get to
ना.
the top. It's
फैन
another
तो
thing
बाकी लोगों
to
का
stay there.
चैट
Something we
नहीं
said
होता
that Jaw knows all too well on the other side of the stage. 3 years searching for that global glory yet again. And G2 look nothing short of uncertain at times on Breeze.
That quote, though, a testament to the greatness that G2 have displayed over the years in America's four-time stage champions. That's why this 100 Thieves against them is so remarkable.
Do you watch Alliance reality show? Yes, I follow.
on this stage. It
I think
never
last
happens.
एक या दो episode miss किया.
But can 100 Thieves close it out?
Watch party चल रहा है. बाकी सब देखा मैंने.
0-5 record against this
मेरे को तो ignore
team
करता है एक
over the
बार.
last 2 years.
Time out कर लिया उसके बाद पढ़ा ही नहीं है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Bunks
Will
I
this
love you
finally
big
be
fan.
the
Just saying
moment
आप
where they can break
मेरे
through
सपने
this
में आए
glass
थे.
ceiling? One that's kept them
ये ना
qualified
कर.
for Masters events, champion
कल
events.
अमन भाई आए थे मेरे
This
वालों
feels like
गेम
to me
में.
the only
मुझे realize हुआ आप
thing that
सही
stands
गाली
in their
देते
way
हो
before
उसको.
people are convinced that they are the real deal. Yeah, I mean, winning a global is important, but
उसने
Leviathan
message नहीं
weren't there, for example.
Binks
Right? There were some
पिछली
notable
thread
additions
end
from
कर
that
न्यू thread
tournament.
दे दिया उसका टाइम खत्म भी
It's
हो
about
गया.
getting it done here in America. If you want to be at champs, you need to turn up here in stage 2.
सुना है आपका नेटवर्क रिसेंटली 10 करोड़ क्रॉस हुआ है. Congratulations.
No matter which way you slice it. 100 Thieves at EWC, yeah. Lev weren't there, but they still beat the Santiago winners in Nongshim to get that victory. They beat the champions winners in NRG to get that trophy. They deserve all the respect that they're getting for that accomplishment. It's now or never for G2 to bounce back on their map pick of Sunset.
And this is a move for G2 back to something that feels like a better fit for them, right? Baby Bay's on the chamber, Jogama's on the Neon.
Absolutely. Baby Bay on that chamber, historically on this G2 team. I think
England 4-0.
you would argue that's
time to
when
support
he's been
Spain.
at his best. It's either that or the Vice.
Argentina.
The chamber is the agent where he's had those real takeover games, though, opping.
We'd be remiss, though, if we didn't highlight Cryo as someone once again to watch on this map. The Cypher's been immense. Maybe they just happen to have the crosshair right where it needed to be.
My God,
Might be getting that aura back. Right on the chamber, man.
Bro,
right on time, too.
bro, Caster.
Tripwire here for Cryo. Plenty of info for him. Bora would peter in, look for something. Shock dart, cute, but no real purchase.
Hey.
So now we've got Boba control, and Baby Base found another one with the headhunter.
baby,
Cryo is saved well and truly out of the conflict for the time being, but he will have to commit something now. Body on the line, and is not able to check for Valen, who was waiting for him. 100 Thieves walk straight in. G2's pistols have been bloody good this series, and what comes after them that we have to question. So far, though, a good start to their map.
The double stack on the wall is crazy. A cool pistol round strat, though, and a strat that's repeatable that you'll see from the Sage teams on this map using, where you can go for that market split, but because of the wall, cut off the spawn, rotate, and completely encircle any B-side anchor. It's a really cool way to use that Sage.
अभी सारी बात में मैच के एंड में.
Cry got info, but the market presence,
उतने
walked into a site that was already stacked.
मतलब बढ़ रहे ना.
Good opener for Baby Bay. It's afforded him this outlaw in round 2.
मैं गाली दे दूँ.
And you know, in a way, if there's
लेकिन
any
अगर तू
player
उसके बाद कुछ
that
वापस
you
बोलने
want to
पाया
see
तो
on
समझ जाना
G2
बैन
when they're looking down and out, start to give them momentum.
I'm a very
start
simple
having
guy.
some sick multi-kill rounds. It is Baby Bay, because he is going to be that
कुछ
guy.
भी आलबा लिखने के बाद
historically
एक बार
been that
हाई
guy
लिख देना just in case.
who will stand up and get everybody else
ताकि
excited.
मालूम पड़े तुम लोग को.
30 years old and still the first one through the door. You'd love to see it. Pressure now will come from Arsenal, though, and Baby Bay's likely to have a double space to deal
ये
with.
बाप था.
Great timing.
ये बहुत बाप था. लेकिन उससे बाप तो ये है जो लीव
He's
कर
the
रहा
one
है.
that's really probing here. The one player getting most
My
active.
God, BT में जाएगा
He's going to
सोना
walk straight into
bro.
this now, and this is going to raise some alarm bells. Draw as well, holding things down over on the A side of the map now. Who knows where
सब
G2 could
flank
come
आ रहे
from?
भाई.
But this is still tight. Cryo's got that outlaw to hand.
सब flank आ रहे. आसपास में क्या
Uncomfortable
हुआ है?
territory for Trent, who is not at full armor. One shot of by Cryo, but so ready for that.
Jeez, that kill had weight to it, didn't it? Clear to see G2 are not getting ahead of themselves here. Still moments of audacity from their 100 Thieves challenges in that round. Arsenal leaping and bounding up and taking that fight against Baby Bay surprised him.
जो इंसान इतने सस्ते पे VP बेचता अपने खुद की साइट पर प्लस 475
Like you
VP
said in this
फ्री
series,
मिल रहा है
G2,
5350 VP के
no problem winning the
ऊपर
pistol
वो इंसान
rounds.
सिंपल नहीं हो
This
सकता.
is where the challenge began against 100 Thieves on Breeze.
Flattering message.
Bonus round win here would mean so much to them.
Jewels दे दो.
Not just in terms of the round win, but feeling the momentum of that emotionally.
Flattering request. Artisan का प्रीमियर का मैचेस हो गया. I think they won.
One step closer to
Clean.
a run it back. To make some noise here inside B, maybe not fully committed. Even the fast lane thrown in here, but they're still interested about what they could glean in mid. becoming a really passive positioning for Valen on that A side.
I just wanted to see if there was some util to be drawn out, close trip to be broken. But really the way that Cypher plays on the map after the last changes, kind of passive for info. But here's Timo down mid, Leaf.
पीछे जाने का आवाज है लेकिन उसके पीछे और कोई भी हो सकता है. ओमेन देख रहा है bro, ओमेन देख रहा है bro.
Quickly on that A side though. Still no commitment. Jaw finally getting some utilities.
अब ये लोग वापस से इतना क्लियर करेंगे, ठीक है.
Oh, tough to beat that, isn't it? Held line there for Timo. Takes the Sage out of the equation. Now the post plant gets a bit trickier for G2. Cryo waiting for this one. It's a one-way that G2 would sooner forget. Spaghetti everywhere. Baby got 5 paltry points of health left to work with. And Per slips as he knows he needs to try and get out of here alive. And that is a tall order.
Bhai, serious question. I used to play Valorant back 2 years ago and I was immortal, but I left it for my career. Now I am much stable financially and at peace. Should I reign from Valor or not?
Ruins them.
Even
I mean, bro, it's a game, bro.
He does not need it.
ज़रूरी नहीं है if you are good at the game.
Form has not
तो तेरे को एकदम grind करना है. You can always play a game for fun.
Yeah, I'm feeling like the Terminator, bro, standing in the middle of the open mid.
That is where Timo thrives, though. He has been a first blood menace in this series.
That first blood came like 70, 80 seconds into the round, though. G2 look indecisive, unsure of themselves. They're dithering.
Huh?
How far does Timo want to push this off the drone moving forward? Getting that information, gets the ping. Doesn't want to challenge haphazardly.
This looks more decisive from G2.
Again, this is one of those executes you can go for, something on offer because of the Sage Wall being relevant in your comp. The full split on to B. But much like when this happened on the pistol, Cryo had the awareness to get into B main and control that part of the map. Asuna almost with the catch. Unable to get anything without run it back.
Fine. No overcommitment though, of course, and that ultimate Baby Bay has to rendezvous out. Bottom mid, such a weird spot for him to end up back in. Always not ready for it. Flashy for Cryo! He'll still spray for it.
लेकिन बीमेन खाली किया भाई वो लोग ने.
It's a one and done. Bang is pretty deep now. Sure! Golden opportunity! Goes begging! And all of a sudden, 100 Thieves have got the players now to work with. Bang on the corner, Lee's going to be able to sniff him out, snuff him out, but there's a spike loose. That needs to be addressed. 25 seconds and he silently scoops it up. Baby Bay covering him here in theory from B main, and Arsenal is low. But as a flash, doesn't need it! Oh, the smooth moves around the corner, slides into action, and Baby Bay now is without options, without recourse, and without teammates on the map. Nothing to do but to go for it here. Gives it a tap and hopes for an exit, but buddy, this could be rough. Timo takes the gut shot. But there's no plan from G2.
That is such an awesome moment. Shades of Reyna on Icebox type activity. Just the crazy jump kills. That is his hallmark.
The only thing missing was a rope for him to be on.
You called it though. There was some more decisive maneuvering from G2 in that round. I love a mid split like that. Cryo responds to well by getting in B main. A little unfortunate that he gets one blinded up for G2. But that really does just come down to the heroics. That is obscene from Asuna.
Jogamo, pressure, flash, Timo, always asking for more. And there's just not an answer from G2 this time.
भाई इवन जो स्ट्रीमर जिसको हम अभी देख रहे सिंगा में रेजबेट और यूसी करता है हम के नहीं
stabilize on a round like this given where their money is at begin to build that economy up
फ्रेंड्स दल्ले वैलो ही नहीं खेलते मेरे सब फ्रेंड्स बीजे में और खेलते हैं
off of the A side for 100 Thieves. And that's a big kill for Jaw. No stall util behind that omen anymore. Timo is pretty obvious out here. It's telegraphed and still it doesn't matter. You can see it coming and he just don't care. They just got lit up.
for the Timotino ace.
This guy just has no fear. No fear at all.
4 baje.
I'm sorry.
Knows as well that in this situation, that is always way better than any gun anyone on G2 has in that fight. He can just slide back and forth, hold down mouse 1. LG for 4. Just that easy.
It was telegraphed as well. Timo almost looked like he was trapped there. Had to fight his way out.
Why this guy wasn't on young at the beginning, but hey, 100 Thieves, they figured it out right on time. It's all good. Now he's picked up, switched over to that operator. Something Dre would love to have, but can't afford.
And we're seeing this every round off rip. That one flash from Arsenal disrupts a held line from a G2 player watching A.
100 Thieves are so willing to go for these
They're
relentless with it. In terms of the gunplay right now, it is 100 Thieves ahead, but Rez comes into play. Look at the setup from Cryo.
2 euros of the pounds दे रहा है उसके ऊपर member और मैं ignore करूँ
double trip.
The jungle gym 4 just needs to hold his nerve here. There's the one.
भला नहीं चाहता nerve तू.
Leaf almost gets caught too.
The trips are still there. They are still there.
बुरे क्या
And then Timo just holding an angle in mid yet again. Wants to push.
All right, that is ridiculous.
Relax for a second. We cannot be doing that. First there's enough Real. That is ridiculous. Fora. Post up 4. It's back-to-back aces for 100 Thieves.
क्या चल रहा है भाई?
Line him up and they'll knock him down.
2 back-to-back aces.
Like that.
That was
psychic damage.
A little ridiculous. There is unbelievable, mental damage on the side of G2. The back-to-back aces, the context of this game heading into it generally.
बराबर लिए बस
100 Thieves.
एक बंदा दीवार देख रहा था, एक बंदा वन वे में मरा, 2 बंदे मिड में शॉपिंग करने लग गए.
First tournament win in years. First match in Americas. Playing like this. The confidence in all 5 of them that they got from that tournament win. It's just palpable. You're watching it in every moment. And obviously the Timotino.
Chopia is missing a right today. Language.
You know what?
He
gets one, but I think in this G2 timeout, MBS, honestly, great time to tell them to relax. Listen, we're playing great. Chill. This is how you throw a game away when you go for the slide off.
46 minutes to claim.
I think Paris changed how the world saw 100 Thieves. But I think beating their high school bully, the nemesis for Americas, might change how they see themselves well and truly. That's a level of self-belief that doesn't dissipate. 19 years of age and absolutely tearing them to shreds. Little birthday ace, we'd love to see it.
Go back to Breeze. There was a moment where Josh called a timeout
where
G2 had a lower buy and some ultimates to work with, and they did opt into using a couple of them to try to get that round on the board.
Spent 2 of them.
Similar again, it was an overdrive in that instance too.
And a cosmic divide.
ये ऐप बंद करके चालू करके देखना चालू कर.
नर्स
को तकलीफ हो तो बताओ. बता नर्स. ऊपर मिस क्या लिख रहा है दल्ले?
Hunter's Fury committed by Vore. Is there anything to glean here? Okay, some big damage.
Good damage. लेकिन heal एक बंदा होएगा.
G2.
दोनों बंदे heal होंगे. एक ही होएगा दोनों heal होंगे.
So they can get the health back.
Timo's going to be anchoring this ace height with an op of all things.
Oh, these are the moments that Baby Bay has been finding with consistency on attack.
And the pistol, 2 kills.
Yeah, catching those rotates. Really nice.
I've got your trail.
Timo's on the creep up here. Knows that his Seekers are a bit of an issue. Can he get across behind him? Surely not! He swings on it. Another would have been too ridiculous. Jordo is low. Vora stunned up entirely. The flash really did him in. And Banks got far too much to shoot at. Cryo. Can he right the wrongs?
क्या लगता है?
Trent's gotten the op to hand now, 1 versus 3. For the EWC MVP. Not enough.
जैसे बोल रहा है वैसे मर रहा है बेचारा.
Talked about with Baby Bay, but honestly, it kind of felt like a moment again where Timo was trying to get a lot accomplished in that situation. Getting seekered while he has the op, commits to the fight. It's nuts that he almost got a lineup to 2K.
एक मैच में एक की
He's so close to it. but then he's sliding out to try to get the ob kill again. It is kind of crazy. You might be doing a little bit too much. You don't want to give G2 any inroads.
But here's the situation that with G2
नासिफ गेम नासिफ प्ले बंक्स भाई की स्ट्रीम बना देते परफेक्ट डे वॉच पार्टी जो एक बार आ गया हर मैच का असली मजा वहीं पे आ गया अरे बस आराम से ए थैंक यू फॉर द फिंगर हार्ट मेरी जान गुडे चिराग भाई it's a long time no see
just stunned up by that
how's you
and that was maybe bringing that open from the last round ready to use that you know he loves opping on attack that was honestly a big reason for so much G2 success since he joined the roster.
It's off angle.
He's
playing contact at the extremities with an op. That's where Timo's been trying to be the last couple of rounds, and this time he's not trapped. He's low, yes, 21 points of health than he really needs. Okay, also trying to flash himself out there.
Yeah, wants to take a timing. Support from the team not really there to be able to flood, but this is just everything. For Bang, he gets spotted, but it doesn't matter! How is he allowed to get two? How? Ridiculous.
It took too long to come together with G2, and 100 Thieves already had that mid-control, allowing for a quick flank.
Membership lo na.
I saw Asuna going in there a little bit early. Couldn't get help from Timo realistically. He has that off. Oh no. Yeah, that is tough. That's just unlucky.
Oh, and he gave them a shot at it as well. Leaf was watching him. Just not quick enough.
With that.
2 rounds is the gap now. G2 tried to fight back with that old round.
Bye, just cobbled together by them. All right, Dre wants to play with a bit of a vengeance after the way he went down in the last round. Time to get involved.
Bang! Looking for another multi-kill, but it doesn't pan out.
The kind of anchoring positions he thrives in. Wow, the flash doesn't connect. Vora can tuck back sight, wait for help. Timo fast to get there.
Patience, Vora. Here's the walkout. Vora doesn't quite have that backup there. The Sage Wall also is going to break this up to a degree. The fast lane's an interesting quirk here, though. Okay, Timo. Vora getting the most done with very little health, and now it's on Leaf. Can he salvage another round for G2? Spotted on the cross, pinged out. And the options are starting to run dry. The double face would have been there either way for 100 Thieves, and they've extended their lead to 3.
Anchoring from Vora there was super nice. That paranoia that came in.
He's
from
ahead
G2.
of it? Yeah, because
the way, and that made all the difference. Yeah, he sees it coming, kind of sidesteps it a little bit by going forward, gets that first, and then just being able to tuck back sight. Such a nuisance to try to root a player out of that position, and it just gives the time for the rotates to come in from his teammates.
I want to see what the early round looks like for 100 Thieves on A, because Arsenal throwing a flash around that corner is getting read into now.
Off day रहेगा आज. बस में अगर कल अर्जेंटीना जीते तो आप क्लीन शेट कर दो क्यों?
Because Vora got an ace from this exact spot.
An angle that
Vora is
dominating on. Timo dominated someone on earlier as well. Realistically.
The Cypher util was on the B side.
Who 100 Thieves do you want to go up against right now? Absolutely no one.
Run back time, Arsenal has one of his own. Pops it. Big pings though in mid, and Vora maybe just gets a bit ahead of it. Still contact op inside market. Could get at least a kill.
Oh, these guys are fearless. Arsenal fighting around the wall.
It's crazy from Bang.
And Bang takes that space, finds the kill. Arsenal is just... Oh my god, he's just not giving up.
Plays wall to heal and to obscure his position. Bang will be the solid player. The one way he was utilizing is now expired. He does not have info.
Thank you for the 98 jails, Argentina.
And he's given himself
30
away.
seconds left.
One and done, methinks.
Well,
always gets more than he bargained for. That's 3 on the round for Bang. More than enough. Trent's has got to make something happen here. Some flashy footwork gets the better of Arsenal. But he's short on time and now on help.
10 seconds left.
We're thinking garden variety swing here off this relay bolt from both the remaining 100 Thieves players. And Trent has to line them up, and oh to God, it's his day.
अगर एक भी राउंड जीता और तो
Apparently not.
I think
just can't deal with Cryo in that situation. 2 rounds back to back. It's like the exact same ending.
Baby के
Try to swing out.
Binks भाई अकेले लगा दे रहा
Cryo is right there on the angle, and he is never going to give you an
भाई
easy
गलती से
kill.
VCT देख रहा था
It's
कोई
just
corner
this lack of
check नहीं
proof
कर
from
रहा
100 Thieves. And then they push you
What's
into
the corner
an
check नहीं
anchoring
किया?
bang. And anchoring, in my mind, has just always been that part of his arsenal. That's at the
कभी-कभी
very
info
top.
time में ऐसा रहता है कि नहीं लेते
But at the same time, that's the second round where he finds a mid-round
नीचे
work
वाला
that gets
motorway वाला हाँ ना
So he's not just sitting in a corner. We've seen 11 rounds of play so
Year
far,
on
and 100
निकालना
Thieves
पड़ेगा
have been
G2 को.
far and above the better team. G2 have won 0 gun rounds.
You want to play? Let's
Just
play.
feels like this newfound confidence is exactly what 100 Thieves have always needed. And they've got it with this roster. Oh, Baby Bay, he's finding these openings.
कितना
But the
भाई
team just hasn't been able to fully
कितना ही
capitalize off
first
them
blood
just yet.
मारेगा भाई एक ही
Here's
बंदा
the
बीच
Secret
है
Trailblazer. An indication of the desire to accelerate for G2. So we'll get them into this B site. See, Cryo's really hoping to play off the trips he's got in market, but no one's given him that opportunity.
Bro.
Breaks the wall. Asna's ready to fight backside. He's all the way in playing off the wall of his own to get him that space.
This could be quick. They're deep in the side already. Oh, okay, Valen. Good backstab timing there, and that should be enough.
तीन मारा कस्टर
They had
में
a great 3K in the previous round, but in a 1v4, it's tough.
Well,
just all about Baby Bay. He is turning up on this map for real. Finding first bloods. It's this attack chamber op. It's just an aspect of his game that he thrives with. G2.
लेकिन ऐसा लग रहा है कि
A team that
info
always
के लिए वो
needed
first
an
blood
offer
दे रहे हैं वो लोग
historically. He's filled that role and filled it
ये
so
वो लोग का
well.
rotation बहुत fast है first blood के बाद देखना
They needed someone to bring the fire to
और
G2
पहला
without
info
burning
वाला
their house
pick
down.
जो है जो भी बंदा
Feels like
mid
Baby
push
Bay's
हो
been the
गया
local leader,
A push
the
हो गया B
fearless,
push हो गया
you know, first into the
कुछ
site.
भी किया पहला
bringing
kill
that
मिला तो
emotional
मिला नहीं
energy,
मिला तो info के
and
basis
they
पे वो लोग
continue to
खेल
ask
रहे
for more and more and more from this guy. He's been delivering.
Takes
अभी
point again,
देखो
has to get out, but Leaf is a little bit
अभी ना अभी
isolated.
mid
Another
push
big
कर रहा
trade.
है
Let's have a listen in here. What's the plan?
Dog and just look for it through short smoke. It's gonna expire. He's short. One short. One smoke. And flank. Short and flank. Got flank. Dre has flank. Respawn. Soba flank.
I'm playing safe, guys. I'm
elbow on me?
No, no.
Yo,
Short and flank.
Front after check. Front after check. Call it.
He jumped away. We're good. Can we move? Can we double spawn hold?
Yeah, go.
You guys are good.
Short's kind of a gap.
I'll take this, okay?
Okay.
Yep. Short.
It's like gap turnaround, yep.
You can flash short to buffer for Alex's play. Flash at 3, go.
Welcome back Binks bye मेरे दोस्त सोचा YouTube कल तो आप देखे love you too caps बंद कर दे मेरी जान
Could be on. Alex gets first. Oh, nice! Go on, Alex. Nice 4K. Come on, let's go. Hey, good shit. Go.
let's see calls holes बे
What a great call from Leaf. You can flash sheet a buffer for Jorgamo's play off short. Nicely put together there. And finally, G2, that's a gun round. Important one for them.
Keeps them in the game when we get to this second half. So much credit to Baby Bay.
वो लोग तो सीधा बोला कि ये
Consistently
gap है
putting up crucial
जल्दी से
kills,
ले लो
catching some rotators,
कोई
getting
रहेगा
first
fight
bloods. I
करेगा
think he's
वरना
the
gap check
MVP of
करेगा
this half.
Bye,
No
Baby
doubt
Bay.
for G2 to keep them in the game. And a sick round from
Bye,
Jaw
Baby
at
Bay
the
है
end.
भाई
Little cherry on
Baby
top.
Bay
And put
MVP
two
है,
together,
excellent.
desperately needed. Maybe that's just enough confidence to carry over in
उड़
this
गया
second half.
जोगमो
Pistols have been good so far from G2. Another one would be very timely coming back into our second
भाई कोई
half of
excitement
Sunset.
क्यों
The
नहीं दिख
G2
रही
map pick, and
इनके
so
कॉम्स
far
में कितने
they're
शांति
still
है
in it.
क्योंकि वो लोग बहुत
Just failed.
सालों से खेल रहे हैं ये गेम भाई रेखा का वीडियो देखा ना ये मैच कहाँ हो रहे हैं आजकल ये अभी तो सब अपना रीजन में हो रहा है इसके बाद सीधा चैंप्स होएगा इस बार चैंप्स होएगा आई थिंक चाइना में
If you guys are like me and you're trying to go from being a one-trick Reina to a one-trick Phoenix, you might want to take a look at what Asuna has been doing recently because Asuna, you look incredible on Phoenix. So how much should we be expecting of you playing Phoenix this stage?
As long as he doesn't get nerfed or really any changes, probably a lot, honestly. And just spamming that.
Free भाई जो भी है मालूम पड़ जाएगा मेरी जान कटे.
Snowball pretty hard with him, and yeah, just a really good agent.
At what point did you realize it? Was it towards the end of stage 1 or what we got to see with you in EWC?
I think it was more at the end of stage 1 we realized,
and
then we were trying to implement it, so we were still like figuring out our identity going into the qualification matches for London. So afterwards, we kind of like realized, and then it made it really easy for EWC going forward. But yeah, we kind of realized right before playoffs, and it's just hard to switch, like a day or two before, the most important matches for the year. But yeah, I'm just happy that we made the switch for EWC, and it worked out really well.
Absolutely. I mean, more than just well, congratulations for that, and thank you.
G2 in their map pick of Sunset go back to at least 8
Sonu bhai, thank you for the 350 jewels, meri jaan today. Love you. Thank you for the heart, meri jaan.
Jaw turns up on the neon. Seeing Trent have big impact as well. These late round flashes now off this sky. Been able to turn some fights into G2's favor, but they still trail by 2 rounds.
Gabba wale so rahe hai, isliye kam
Flawless
points
pistol round record so far in this series, though.
Yes, sir.
That's how they need to start.
Baby Bay finishing that half with 7 first kills on the attack chamber.
Bro, main bola na bahut
Outrageous
nikala tha usne.
He is putting in the work for this G2 team.
Main
It's been
bola
a
na chat bahut
tumultuous
nikal raha hai
last month or so. They want to bounce back.
Be quick. Leaf, though, has the wall as a reaction, at least to give himself an alcove to play from. The relay bot might force him a bit wider from it than he would otherwise like, and a paranoia is going to make it hard to fight back. He just has util dumped on him.
Cryo looking for that backstab lurk timing, working out mid. We'll have to break the trip. G2 don't want to give any time for 100 Thieves to even get this spike down.
Jaw breaks in. Nice to see a little bit of impulse from Human. It's going to be on Cryo again with a late flank, but maybe a little
Hold diya na flank ka.
Gets the trip trigger, and Jaw's able to slide that corner. See Cryo now coming.
Kaise fight nikala bhai G2 na?
4 from 4 pistol rounds, looking more likely than not at this stage.
No, 4v,
and it will be what catapults G2 back to an even scoreline potentially. Trent on site dealt with. Still plenty of time. 35 seconds for Cryo to string something magical together.
30 seconds
Baby Bay
left.
spotted. I think he also sees the Cypher coming. A double swing!
It's
Baby Bay
yet
another up to 14.
Crazy
Mast
little
maar
peek from
rahe
Jaw.
bhai.
G2 get a really nice timing to flood back into that site. I think they got the little cue that Cryo
Marriage yaar,
walked
ye bhi
into
koi
the
yaad
trip. They
rakta hai.
realize there's a late flank guy, so the best opportunity is now. An even numbers fight on the site together, so they just pop flash out with that sky.
आप जैसा गेम से इसको पाएगा
Play
खेलते
together
खेलते
as
आएगा
a
मेरी जान.
unit. Do a great job handling 100 Thieves, and yet another pistol round.
या फिर मैचेस देख के स्टडी करो.
You can see how much every one of these rounds means. There are no inconsequential wins right now for G2.
That's the kind of energy you want to see from the other G2 players. That excitement from Valen.
Baby Bay's been the one to bring that up, but he's been
I have a caster.
quietly determined right now just to frag out. Can he
पता
get
नहीं क्या हो
animated?
गया.
Or is he too focused on
Caster को
the
कुछ तो हो
performance?
गया.
The wall gets broken up. But Leaf doesn't really see anything else behind it. Can't even intuit how many players were there.
ये किक पे बिंग्स भाई को देखो खुद आ जाएगा W.
Baby Bay has the outlaw, but is right now rotating out of mid to a very defensive position. Smoke top mid makes him feel like that might have been a justified move.
कुछ बजाने का जरूरत नहीं है. यहाँ पे नहीं आते haters.
Timo's going to try and sell something here.
Yeah, just break that door. Relay bolt making a lot of noise, and look, it is trying to rotate off A.
Not convinced though.
Clean.
Rightly
Oh,
so.
बाप रे.
Nice little
बाप
three-piece.
रे.
It's going to knock the wind out of 100 Thieves' sails.
Bro.
And all of a sudden the focus shifts to Timo in terms of
भाई
making
दूसरा
some
शॉट
sort
क्या
of
मारा
inroads in this
उसने?
round. And he'll get pushed on.
Read
Have
था.
some respect. 19 years versus 30. And Trent gets us out of round
एक
14.
सेकंड बोलने का जरूरत था caster.
See, Dre just wants
Bye
to
bye,
keep
Suresh bhai.
that momentum going, hunt for another kill.
बेबे कम बैक
Take a
कर
little
सकते
bit
हो
of
आपके
economic
दें.
damage on
That's
account
a
of
good
it.
question. इतनी प्यारी चैट्स क्यों आ रही है बिग्स को पता नहीं सब लोग कमजोर लग रहा है
maybe an opportunity for Jaw to get swarmed if he doesn't get it first good shot off with the Guardian
एक आया था नहीं यहाँ पे जो स्पीड से आएगा वही स्पीड से
that's one of
जाएगा
the weapons you kind of love to run into if you can with the pack sometimes but it doesn't work out there
so we've got an even game bonus round here for G2 where they still have this outlaw unfortunately all armor for 100 Thieves so Baby Bay's going to have to get a bit more creative or click some damn heads
just double slow straight off the jump
अभी इसके बाद वॉल किधर पिलर वाला करेगा
we're crept up in mid close enough to still use that rendezvous to get back to safety and market maybe they're always asking for a little more
पिक्सल बाय पिक्सल वो कर रहा है ओ ब्रो उसने मारा भाई
bang down
पिक्सल बाय पिक्सल वो कर रहा है बे क्लियर
not unlikely hero for G2 this year Baby Bay he really has been playing so well for them I think defying expectations especially this late in his career, taking the break, coming back. He has been a standout for this team. In my mind this year, it has been him and Trent.
Yeah, Baby Bay sort of showing that a career doesn't have an expiration date. Timo showing that success doesn't have to wait. Two ends of that spectrum here, both with the same
hater
goal
without the context.
Prevail.
As long as I don't think anything about you, you are good. So don't fight.
100 Thieves are perfectly fine with trying to get back to this A site late, work off the space the Cryo was taken, but G2 well aware. Look at the rotations on the minimap. They need a fast trade on to Valen, but that additional damage is really nice.
The molly is huge as well. Look at how slow 100 Thieves are now trying to get out of this position. Short's already been picked up by Jaw. There's two players, or one at least, back over towards that spawn side, and Bang has to get busy. He's too low though. Took that shot from Baby Bay early in the round. Rendered him pretty ineffective in that fight. And now it's 2v1. It's on Baby Bay yet again. One shot, where are they at? Arsena has one of his own.
Anti bhai, kitna close by 2
Arsena shows up at a crucial moment for 100 Thieves. Molly was a little bit awkward, but able to run through it, crack open that site. Critical kill, catching lead.
कैसा मेरी जान कटे बढ़िया नियॉन स्लाइड में शूट लगता है
member of this team 6 years with 100 Thieves 3 trophies that he's brought them in that time
वॉल स्लाइड मस्त था लेकिन
he's another player defying the expectations this late into his Valorant career not a lot of guys who get to play 6 years on any team let alone the same one
हाँ ना ब्रो 6 साल हो गया सुना को
Slow start in the round here for 100 Thieves. The money for both sides, interesting. Well, I spoke too soon. Because Timo is the one that starts the fire.
Those are the kind of moments that Timo excels at. He wants fast bursts of finding entry.
Arsena gets the fight on these off timings because of his kit into market.
Spike planted.
Now what is the move from G2? Look at their economy. They've got nothing left. Do they go for a risk? Do they try to find an opening? Doesn't look like it. They just want to play for this next round. Ensure that they have a few guns, especially considering that Jaw has that overdrive, so he could throw the gun elsewhere, just play around that ult instead.
The downswing of that little exchange, though, is that you've given 100 Thieves' economy a chance to stabilize now.
Yeah, all that damage made a little bit less relevant from the prior round.
Gives them a buffer, 2 rounds and also 2 rounds of straight buys. I think it's an exchange that both teams have to be happy with. The 100 Thieves take another big stride forward. And that kind of round, really, it's a matter of Timo and Arsena just creating some chaos. It's bursts of pace from both of these young duelists that G2 are not ready for.
Trying to hold that B site on Sunset is really tough, man. Playing those entrenched anchoring positions, especially against the Neon Phoenix. One of the harder sites to anchor in all of Valorant.
Especially now with the sort of changes that you can't just put tripwires up there and be safe.
Injection of pace for G2. Classic tiles crunch attempt, but 100 Thieves are in the hacker spawn.
I've just read this.
They're happy to just start the round with a little bit less time. Just begin at 120.
They hear the overdrive getting ripped right, so it's not as if they have to G2's
उसके बाद वो लोग डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा
50 seconds in
कि ए से वो लोग को पीछे भगाना है बी जाना है, मिड टू बी जाना है, मिड टू ए जाना है.
Look, that early play though has benefited 100 Thieves in that they've extracted a lot of valuable util pieces out of G2. You're not looking at Paranoia, you're not looking at a relay bolt later in this round. And Jaw used his ultimate, so he's just sitting on the pistol.
The recon bolt though invalidates the one way. That gets him in on A. This thrust up here through mid from Timo, dangerous spot to be in, but he's fairly low. So just wants to make sure he uses his whole kit here.
Bro, double blind.
Trent on the side. Could have a chance here to spring forward. Vora might not be
ready
for it.
Double
himself in there as well. Just be disruptive. That was Timo, the low health player in fairness. Vora's going to try and dig him out, but now he's going to be surrounded as well. And Cryo's late lurk this time falls flat. Baby Bay waits for him in mid. Vora and Bang gets something done. But it's Trent with a quietly confident 3-piece.
G2 fighting together on site in a really nice way there. It's Trent supplementing them with the flashes. The swing timings together were great. And I think that G2 played around Timatino having inserted himself into the link really well. They dealt with him with ease. That might have been one of the serious issues. Thank you. And they've had a beat on these cryo lurks. When he went for a long lurk in the pistol round, they just ignored it. It wasn't relevant. And there, Baby Bay is just 100% confident that it's coming. It's a free pick.
Oh,
Level of aggression from G2 does continue forth into this round. Obviously not as crazy as it started in the last, but you know, Baby Bay is always
blind city smoke. I think city smoke late आया.
Keep 100 Thieves fearing that it can be pressed
smoke
up.
blind आता और उसके पीछे scale पड़ता
Timo's already working some conditioning that he could be top mid at any point. 2 consecutive rounds of that Neon showing her face up there.
Info आ गया. वो लोग ऐसा दिखा रहे हैं कि सेम करने वाले करके.
G2 playing off that top mid spot entirely. No smoke needed from 100 Thieves. So this is all unbeknownst to G2 until the Seekers come out.
All timing OP. Close going in, Neon be rotate.
Baby Bay here. Able to dance away from those relay bolts. Timo realizing all of G2 are set up here behind B, but there's no time to call a cancel. They're going to be committed. Jordan's going to get on in there and found 3 already.
Bro,
that might be enough. Trent Kielozzi is ready to fight that left side of the pillar. Bang pushes up though, caught by the Paranoia, but not denied the kill. It's on Vora with the shorty. He'll get what value he can out of this round before bowing out. But G2 have found an important back-to-back round win.
The flood is great. Pacey. Jaw has just surged up to 20 kills.
Timing was the blind.
Being assisted by that flash coming through from Trent. Round where him and Baby Bay collect all 5 together. The 2 of them having a serious performance on Sunset. I think you can see the work that they've been putting into this map. Very decisive on this defense. And great at fighting as a team on the sites.
And 100 Thieves, I mean, they took wins against both NRG and Nongshim on this very map at EWC. Those are really significant results to take. G2 still picked it into this series, feeling like they put that work in, they prepared it. Now that we get to a weird inflection point in this second half where we've seen G2 go for some of these aggressive pops early in the round. In fairness, in a Thrifty, it was another overdrive, right? We've often seen G2 pop a couple of ultimates on those Thrifties. And then they wait at the back of the B side.
G2 or G?
Timo overextends into 4 players, and Jaw is finally able to get aggressive.
You know, as we're getting deeper onto this map, as we're watching G2 take control, Haven is beginning to loom in the back of my mind as not one in the top of the pool for 100 Thieves, but I think more importantly than that, a map where historically G2 would love to keep Baby Bay on that chamber. And the way he's playing, it'd be really dangerous for 100 Thieves. They want to close this out right now. On this round, though, definitely not the weapons to do it. Should be G2 getting the lead.
Smith by, I think option है. एक बार देख लो. और आपको मोबाइल नंबर का ऑप्शन है तो I think हो जाएगा.
Market ideally.
This is a great answer to heavy B main presence, but there's Jaw waiting by Boba's side. It's being a 1-for-1.
भाई मेरे को कितना फर्स्ट
I don't think it's pretty telegraphed though in this position.
No, 10.
And Boris struggling to fight through the superior weaponry. Maybe they would like to pat the stabs a little bit. Thank you very much. I'll take 4. Okay, some animation.
Just an acute awareness of the 100 Thieves positioning from Baby.
भैया
Always
अकेला
catching
निकाल रहा है भाई.
players, silently walking somewhere, trying to get into a cheeky little position.
Ready
every time.
क्या है? I'm from another country. देख लो एक बार जाके, एक क्लिक तो करने का है. 10
placed
सेकंड
right
का भी
time
काम
for the
नहीं
boy.
है.
20 bombs for Dre and Jogamo.
This is what the G2 system is designed to do, in fairness. Then we've moved back to a model that at least it looks like it fits them more.
Want to play? Let's play.
But they're not out of the woods yet.
Cage trigger.
Heavy tiles presence from 100 Thieves. Look at them push up and decisively stake their claim to mid.
लेफ्ट से करेगा क्या?
Timo, he's in. He took big damage. There's got to be something more behind this because he's so low. 7 health. He's still fighting for it. He's got G2 scurrying though back towards spawn side. He's definitely done his job and getting heads turned his way. But he's low. He's going to be caught out here. Flooded with util at some point. But 100 Thieves are in and onto this B side. There's big pressure on Trent right now. He'll need to wait.
At least serving as a distraction so a real flood can't be activated. The floods are where G2 have been finding a lot of success. Now we're into a straight-up retake situation, and Cryo is coming to life.
They're choking them out. Cryo! The Anaconda grip! 3 kills for the Sentinel puts Valen in a pretty dubious position. A captain's moment might be in order here, and Vora gives him the opportunity. Bang! He's mowed down! Gotta feel good for G2. Finally some vindication for Captain Nkola. Puts him within striking distance of a map win.
Yeah.
100 Thieves just thinking surely he has to be working through the site right now, trying to clear those positions out to get towards the spike, try to tap it, maybe bait someone out. It feels like Valen just knows that they know that. Assumes they'll be playing for market. It's not planted, tucked.
I'm feeling timeout vibes for sure.
Yeah, he's got the read on this situation. What started as another map.
That's relief.
Firmly in the control of 100 Thieves. Slipping away.
More than anything, that looked like finally Valen was taking a breath. 100 Thieves call the timeout here. Sunset's been a pretty good arena for them lately, but G2 are starting to disrupt them pretty heavily. Yeah, there's some uncertainty about whether they transition off an international title and turn that into domestic dominance. It sounds backwards. But when their first opponent is their nemesis, G2, who have owned this rivalry for 2 straight years, you have to have some level of doubt. Baby Bay here, a well-earned break for him. Once again, doing the most. And what struck me was that his performance between Stage 1 and London was still top tier. There was no real drop-off in ACS, KDA, any of that.
Yeah, when he was focused in on just playing Vice, he was a consistent threat for G2.
22 and 12.
He was playing really intelligently on that agent.
And 12.
At the end of the day, it's because he's playing it everywhere. He's playing it all the time. In kickoff, they had him playing a lot of different stuff. I think he even started on the Viper, then was going to Duelist. Goes to Santiago. I think there's a lot of weight on his shoulders, playing different Duelists, playing Yoru, but when he's on Chamber, when he's opping, that's where he's at his best. A tough shot there, so he's not able to connect. And on account of that, on account of needing to teleport away, B-Main has to be given up, and Asuna gets that right back.
This is a very early lurk for Cryo, all things considered.
That is crazy. He has a spam angle through the box ready for just the audio cue off the trip.
What the fuck?
Pretty sick. Cryo. Maybe a little more apprehensive to lurk around later in this round.
Yep. Yeah, the Gambit is sort of failed, but also re-cleared at G2 with a Trailblazer. So they can probably start allocating resources to A if needed. Valen paranoia, timing. Damn, it's good. Timo's got nothing to say about it.
Relay Bolt's going to force someone out of there, but he definitely TP's out. Timo, almost too fast from Arsenal's found a timing though to pinch on this. Valen has a tuck onto the side, but he's going to be overwhelmed in a matter of seconds. That was just a run it back with Valen fighting for his life. Fighting!
30 seconds left.
To grab a glory again.
Bro, कुछ ज़्यादा ही ज़िंदा था Valin.
Eventually falls. It's a side for 100 Thieves. They committed heavily to it. They've been rewarded. Oh my God. Joe almost had a moment there, but it's on Baby Bay again, as it always seems to be. Got to work onto this site.
Next game देखने वाला पता नहीं.
One enemy remaining.
Gets the 1v1 versus Vora, but he's no idea where Bang is and gets caught out. 100 Thieves playing catch up and making it proper close.
11-11.
Almost succumb to the 2v1 loss
G2?
again. But they close it out.
Unexpected.
Not without their economy being sent into a terrible position. But they close it out. They set up that little 3-man swing off the flash. Just keep fighting at Link. Thought it was going to slip away the way that Valen was anchoring on the site. How did he get away with so much? Found Cryo.
He used
a hell of a lot of damage to Vora. It was crazy. He's starting to flow in the game, starting to heat up.
It's about time.
We know he's one of those IGLs that can put up numbers. We haven't seen it to the same extent recently as we did in kickoff, where he was out of control. He was the 3rd highest rated player in America's kickoff. But he can kick it into that gear. He is that good.
भाई बेबी बे अकेले ये लाइन होल्ड कर रहा है, वो लोगों को मालूम भी नहीं है. 11-11 क्या बोला था? 11-10 बंच पागल है.
To get G2 ahead on Sunset. Door's not going to have anywhere to hide here. That wall's cleared. Our drone is going to know him, but he peers in and finds a kill pretty quickly. Relay Bolt to cover his implied retreat, but he is still in that same corner.
वो लोगों को पता है लेन पे है करके.
Wow, that A side of the map. Silent. If you're on the Baby Bay point of view, he's just locked down that angle, and it's allowed G2 to be fully concerned where 100 Thieves really are at. That's mid and B.
This is how defenders reduce their workload. Get a contact angle on an extremity, even there's Timo. Blows Link's extremity into the stratosphere. What was that? Now he's got himself into Boba. Valen a little bit late on this rotation in. Gives Timo a chance to set up on a passive line, and he catches the captain out. Trying to push up, but it feels like a forlorn hope is Baby Bay, who's quite happy. Sipping an emotion on the other side of the map. Might have to put some skin in the game. Big Brother's always watching.
Economy is going to be in a rough spot for G2 this next round. Timatino on these entries. That is just his best attribute as a player. It is uncanny, the consistency that he gets the hard entries as well. Like, it's not against players that are just stunned up and flashed all the time. But he has this sense for when the timing is right to get in on someone.
And that's the context that's always missing from his stats, which look really quite good. But then when you add the fact that he's digging people out, he's going in alone, creating opportunities, and still has such a good record. It's like, okay, that really changes the texture of those numbers.
Yeah, when you're watching, it's just the eye test. He is crazy in those moments. Such a high-impact player. And in a way, that point you're making about him with the stats, I think it kind of extends to 100 Thieves as a whole. Like, yes, Cryo is definitely the MVP for them at EWC, but across the board, they were all contributing. It wasn't some crazy, outsized, one-player star performance bringing them that trophy. It is everyone on the team contributing.
Foreman mid push करके Baby Bay A पे रख के
someone who you're often looking towards in G2 when Valen calls around and it doesn't quite pan out that way is Leaf. For me, he's been the one that's bailed them out of some really tough circumstances in the past. Today hasn't found his footing just yet. Not necessarily in roles where he gets to lurk with impunity, right? He's not the chamber player on this team anymore. On the Sage on this particular map.
Hello, Bang. Good morning, good morning.
Across both Breeze and
Yeah, it feels peculiar as well because Sage is actually the agent that he's been putting the best stats up on.
Hello, Bango. Another day. Good morning, good morning.
It's very out of character, obviously, for Leaf, one of the top players in Americas. But the way that Jaw and Baby Bear are playing right now, They're making up for it. He's allowed to take a map off if these guys can bring them over the finish line anyway because they're putting up 48 kills together.
That is
ridiculous.
Both in their own ways, but both getting active early in these rounds. They might both do it at the same time now. Look at this mid setup.
Cage triggered.
Oh, look at this walk up into tires.
My eyes are down.
Walk up with the
मुझे unlock करो, मेरा
timer
नहीं बढ़ रहा है.
Get that teleport.
देखने दो.
Right back to top mid.
Go, go, go.
Safely out of view of anyone.
40 minutes.
After these had the inkling that a lot of the map may have been taken. And around like this, you can't afford any risks.
वो टैब ओपन रखना पड़ता है. मैं सिर्फ चैट ओपन रखा है.
Great success on thrifty rounds in this entire series.
And Jaw is calling G2 over. Cage, drone, here's all that sound. Are they going to try to flood though? Just doesn't feel like they're in position for
First,
it. There's going to be a pop flash from Trent. They're gathering up back in Boba.
Full utility.
Full by
ये round निकाल
सकते हैं. Weaponry's not good for a retake though. Maybe sitting on an op. They're going to be screened off the side. Finding smokes.
Just waiting for the paranoia to come through from Valen. It's comboed up with a relay bolt and a great entry for Jaw.
Good catch. They're going to go for it. Hammer and tongs throw themselves at the side, and Bang is very low here. Baby just creeping up. Glacial pace as he's trying to get to the side, but Headhunter finds Purchase. That is a big kill. Arsenal quickly retorts. Oh, now it's a couple of pistols facing him down. It doesn't matter. Yet another low-bought round for G2 goes their way.
मस्त खेला.
Really has been a difference maker that they've been able to capitalize on a couple of these rounds, finding a little advantage with the worst weaponry and making it feel completely irrelevant. Their pops out of this backside on B have been so good. No answers
if G2 wins,
from 100 Thieves.
Will you do second match? Second match का पता नहीं है. Second match का मेरे को genuinely नहीं मालूम.
It's kind of that initial pressure from Trent. They're not able to go off the back of that, but they're gathered up. Combo the relay bolt, combo the paranoia, slide out from Jaw. It's just perfect to break right back into B.
Overtime on the cards now. 100 Thieves still able to buy into this round reasonably.
OT कर सकते हैं लेकिन high chances है. Asuna का ult आ रहा है.
See if that ends up being an issue.
और Cypher का ult.
Maybe I would like to walk tiles again, I think, Wyatt. This time, though, some more resistance will be offered. Oh, buddy!
Yeah, अभी एक साथ.
Forgive him for thinking he had that in the bag.
यहाँ से drone space लेगा. अगर कोई मरा तो Cypher ult कर सकता है.
Can't blame him the way he's been playing, and he just has that feeling of wanting to take his team over the finish line.
Dog तोड़ेगा. Cage नहीं है. अच्छा smoke.
Good ball timing. Neural theft here. A little bit of info. There's Fury to play off that nice little combo. Oh, dangerous there for Trent. He is out of the picture.
That is so sick.
Arsenal
whips around the corner now, knows the round is his to lose. And gets that info when Valorant is set up.
Devil King by nothing, bro.
Have to spend heavy here, but hey, it's the last round of regulation. Get those ults out.
Time will tell. Have faith. That's it.
Making the absolute most of them. That was such a cool play. That is not a combo you see every day.
Often talk about Sova's just looking for a ping off something.
Yeah, just anything.
That's a pretty good one. All right, here we go. Asuna puts a period on the sentence with a 4K. And round 24, we are headed to Esports.
ये मैच देख के ना ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा कि दोनों टीम बहुत प्यारा खेल रहा है. ऐसा कुछ गलत वाला नहीं कर रहा है.
A sick combo play. Gets 100 Thieves into this.
It's been
struggle on this map there. Gonna feel a level of frustration that they were losing those anti-thrifty rounds.
Trend play.
That's what gave G2
Phoenix
the edge.
Neon में
But I do feel like 100 Thieves are showing some resiliency here.
कभी-कभी race.
I mean, they had to against NRG in that EWC final. They were down 9-3 in that last map. And at 10-12, Arsenal gets two back-to-back 3K rounds to force overtime and allow 100 Thieves to win the series there. A guy.
Hello, Bookie. Big bye. Hello, bye. कैसे what is up?
From Jaw, from Baby Bay, go to waste. 51 kills combined in 24 rounds of play.
The fact that that might not be enough should tell you everything you need to know about where 100 Thieves are at now.
I would say in recent times, people have been trying to figure out where they need to point the blame. Where should the scrutiny go for G2? And Jaw has been the recipient of a lot of it, but he is absolutely defying that narrative on this map. He is willing G2 to Haven.
Jaw gets in onto this B side. Hunter's a little uncertain about how they want to anchor it now. Midway through this. They've pulled their Cypher Cryo back out to market, just in case there's a late reflank through mid, but that will be later than he would have expected. Flash on Jaw, but he's safe tucked behind the box. Vora was very much on his own there.
Yeah, so isolated. No one on 100 Thieves ready to help, but they're going off this timing.
The paranoia, Arsenal getting flicky with it. One's going to have to be enough for the time being, but his numbers for G2 are looking good. Cryo is again too late to the party to have an impact.
I feel like you can see a difference in the team play level there, honestly. Compare that fight back in on B from 100 Thieves to what G2 were doing in that same situation.
France single-handedly gas le liya aapne. Wow.
Oh, those floods out of Boba?
तो फिर भी आपने.
They've been insane.
One enemy remaining.
Is there any Indian
when
team
you're so
in
good
VCT?
at doing it, you're pretty good at setting up and how to
There is
deny
an
it as
Indian
well.
team in ENC.
G2 just have the right swing timings, playing anti-flash, Asuna popping out there, really no relevance with them, right?
There is an Indian organ. Pacific.
So, it felt like as well, it was that positioning from Vora, just getting caught backside, not getting out. It's making things awkward. Guys are really not on the same page.
I mean, Cryo has second thoughts about a late reflank through mid because Baby Bay has been doing that. But he has trips there to play off of. He has trips there for early warning. He still wants to go and attend them personally. And there's no crossfire before. There's no trade architecture whatsoever. Now G2, their floods onto the B side have been phenomenal. They can give that side up and fight back in. And so far,
screen time देख के you should wear anti-glare glasses सही रहेगा.
They're anchoring it, eh?
Standard safe.
Whether it's been Valorant or Trent has been really solid. G2 might be taking us to a decider here.
One kill away from dropping 30. A map that G2 need to win. Energy on a level would also just love to win. They've been fighting so hard to get any map wins, match wins. In this last month, the competition has been tough. And they just want to get a taste of victory again.
Just probing for 100 Thieves with the smoke top mid. Already pulling the spike back over towards A, but again, they need something just to shake Baby Bay off this line. In the past, it's just been an Arsenal flash to force the rendezvous. One-way set up. Baby Bay might want to hang around here. Oh man, lead a little bit too long.
Too long.
That was walking cane to hand. And I did some 100 Thieves. They don't commit to this A side. They
the
map in the last 50 seconds.
I think if you're G2 on some level, you got to be thinking they could be going towards B. The wall is still up right now, but they can just round the world, go get Asuna his ult.
The wall itself will dissipate, but they're going to have to blow it out. All right, here it is. Run it back. The slowdown is a problem, but Leaf can't hold this angle, so you just walk in through that slow field.
I'm looking to see where the other two G2 players head towards. Because at least right now, we're not looking at that Boba pop-out.
Flash here. Cryo completely done in by it. But Vora was there to watch Jaw come on in. Trent likely to disrespect this smoke, gets on inside of it, or flash himself out. It is just him though, solo endeavor. And he doesn't have a shot. Arsenal ready and waiting. There was a nice paranoia there from Bang. Leaf here. Feels impossible. It's so hard from that spot. Another thing's going to keep the good times coming. We're stuck on Sunset for the time being.
Definitely some regrets from Baby Bay for sticking around so long early into this round. The height on the drone is crazy. Just didn't know where to put his crosshair to break it. And that distraction just kept him in that position for 1 second too long, and it's a real cascading effect from there. Asuna gets the kill. He gets one orb. He gets the second orb. He gets the B site with the man advantage.
But the last thing G2 can afford is for Baby Bay to start getting passive, start second
guessing.
Absolutely, yeah. I'd rather they lose with him being aggressive than with him beginning to play passive and giving up some of these angles. When it's been his off aggression that has gotten them to this point in the first place.
Theo ने भी
agent with his owl drone.
मस्त impact दिया था, Vito ने भी दिया था.
This is a big variation for Cryo. We have not seen this setup much at all. Heavy trips on the A side.
Cover going out.
Are G2 going to walk into this?
फिर उठोगे कभी 1 बजे फिर पैसिफिक.
Cryo and Vora will have the tools
कल तो मेरे को
लेकिन against larger numbers
12 बजे उठना पड़ेगा क्योंकि पंको बाहर जा रही है और मेड आने वाली है.
And Timo top mid. They'll be able to get over to
8:30 बजे सोया तो भी 4 घंटे.
Very fast. Oh, he's drifting towards B. What can these anchors do?
5.
What can the trips do for Cryo and Vora?
So G2 see the Cypher camera and they're unperturbed. Flash.
Double
Paranoid hits Cryo.
Chat.
Vora unaffected, has to fight into the smoke and Leaf gets the better of him now. Uncomfortable as heck. All alone is Cryo. Tim is able to find a quick shot. Oh my goodness. That's a big one. Spike yet to be planted. Asuna always looking for an angle. Shorty in hand. But so far has been kept at bay. Paranoia onto the site now as Timo looking for it, but he's low. Leaf, surely there's a trade there from Asuna, but Leaf notches up his fourth. We mentioned how important he is in the late rounds. The salvage situations, Leaf has done it here. And now, big ace for Leaf. Vindication and an opportunity to get on your damn feet.
हाँ? उसका टाइमिंग बहुत क्रेजी था अभी लेकिन बहुत जल्दी आया
in that post plant.
एनर्जी तो स्टेज पर होगी
gets that
में
surge of confidence as well.
भी बहुत गंदा था.
He was starting slow. It was a rough map for him. You had John
गेम खेलना ज़्यादा पसंद है या वॉच पार्टी दोनों.
He's going to give them an ace in OT to try to get it over the finish line. Down but never out.
वॉच पार्टी करना कंपल्सरी है क्या? मतलब अगर नहीं करोगे तो चलेगा. इतना आप इतना ओवर क्यों करते हो? यार मेरे को स्टोरी लाइन देखना पसंद है रे. अगर मास्टर्स में टीम जा रहे तो वो टीम कैसे गया, किसको हरा के गया, टीम में क्या चेंजेस है, क्या कॉम खेल रहे हैं. सीधा फाइनल्स देखने में मजा नहीं आता. प्लस ये सब गेम्स अच्छे होते रहे, बहुत कुछ सीखने मिलता है.
Not content to be late to the party with these belated rotates.
ये फेक प्रेशर है या असली मिड टू बी और वो लोग मालूम नहीं. जब तक वो लोग एमिन खाली करते हैं, जैसे एमिन खाली करेगा रोटेशन हो जाएगा.
These entries, dude. Clean as they come. They want to fight for it, and Joel just slides into a hail of bullets. Timo's asking for his next victim to step up.
Timo's had Jaw's number in this OT. Last 2 rounds denying the slide kill.
Friend जिगल पे मारा बे.
3 versus 2.
2 सेकंड मिलता था ना ओमेन भी उसके साथ.
Dirty spike plant locations, one way.
Will they stay alive? Cryo on low HP.
Flash him in. You better believe it, Timo. Okay, ends up being a trade that'll favor 100 Thieves here.
Asuna just needs to duck away so Cryo can get in trade position.
Actual में chance है मारने का.
Gotta watch those corners, Dre.
मारता ना साइरो लो था और वो ट्रेड एंगल पे भी नहीं था वो.
I suggest finasteride.
We're not. That's crazy. We're not
आपके घर से पवे कितना दूर है? काफी दूर है.
Timo is the MVP of that round for 100 Thieves.
सुमित अभी तक 2 बार देखा.
Has a real Timo moment up top mid, just being able to find a nice opening kill.
तबियत खराब होता है तो फिर
in the round.
दवाई ले लेते. रेस्ट लेते हैं उसके.
Man, this is delivering. Both of these teams kind of evolving in this overtime now. Jaw does hit that 30 mark.
Bro, 30 भाई, हाँ भाई.
Asuna has come alive. Oh, dangerous for Timo. He actually gets out of behind his fast lane. Ridiculous. And finds a kill off the backside. Bang caught lingering out in the open. Timo does not want to move this. Oh! What? You're not supposed to be able to still do that.
The accuracy has been nerfed, well, like 2-3 times.
Not enough. Do it again.
Oh, that ping. Oh, he's going to push it to the limit. Timotino is just never afraid to swing. He does not fear any player on the other team, but Leaf still hot in this OT.
Okay,
that was the way he went. Another chance for G2. Will they close it out? 100 Thieves backs against the wall this entire OT.
Miss kar diya yaar.
Never a dull moment, huh? This is opener. This is very chaotic and fair. It's very flashy.
The refight was great from G2.
One enemy remaining.
Timo is just playing with unwavering confidence. It's easy to forget that this is his first year in Americas.
Abhi GG.
Like I said, bro did not wait for permission to step into this arena. He broke down the door and found his place very quickly.
जिसने भी like नहीं किया है, like कर दो मेरी जान के टोटो.
So he goes for the overdrive. Doesn't pay off. He's going to do the same thing next round. It's not going to shake his confidence.
It's kind of funny to think about last year when he was playing with Vora. MBS was the coach, TSM in Challengers. You're looking at Timo, he was one of those guys where he had all the raw skill, a little rough around the edges, would go for plays like that, but maybe not always at the right time. But the more that they've been able to hone his talent this year, but still allow him to maintain that flair, he is just continuing to rise the ranks of the best duelists that we've got.
And normally you just don't get that level of disproportionate confidence without being 35 and having a podcast, but something about this guy is a little different. That true self-belief, obviously coming off the back of an insane performance in Paris. This guy knows he's him, and he's not afraid to show it.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Stay with me, Wyatt. Stay with me, brother.
Prediction already chalu.
Locking in, it's OT, out of the timeout.
Prediction kya prediction chalu already?
The answers. They haven't felt the pressure of this OT with G2 just always getting that first round win, always being on match point.
Contact angle.
Glass cannon. Baby Bay. Last time that drone just threw him off completely and he got deleted. Yeah, he's not going to mess around this time. He is just out of there.
Can't take the risk. He's just not well armored enough. But Timo has gotten into the site. It gets harder and harder now to get this op value.
Yeah, we are just setting up for a full 5-on-5 retake. G2 players not close enough to go for any fast attempt to deny the spike. That would never be in the cards.
Kiske context pe nahi re, proactive lad liya.
Take it to G2 before they can set up for a big retake.
All the heals here for G2 in fairness, but these Baby Bay angles keep getting defeated one after another. How does he get involved in this round with his glass cannon? Leaf's going to show some leg here. Baby Bait just walked up into it. G2 have not been able to maneuver their star in a position of impact. Pavalin chimes in. Vora playing from a bit of an uncomfortable spot here. Does he look for timing through this smoke? Can Arsena get some heads turned away from him? Looks like a 1-for-1, and here come G2.
मैं क्या बोला? अगर इतना
some uncertainty about the timing here, but they get the job done. It's not just a map win, but a reminder.
हाँ,
they maintain their claim to this region, and we're headed to a decider.
Neon Wall ने बहुत help किया retake के लिए.
Talked about him a lot. Can't talk about him enough. Jaw and Baby Bay put the team on their back throughout a lot of that game to just keep them in it. But as things developed, we began to see some great defensive play from G2. The retakes over towards that B side, especially 100 Thieves could not find the answers. We were beginning to see like some real G2 gameplay. That level of teamplay they've developed over the years together. It was coming to fruition.
We get a Leaf ace in overtime. Jaw and Baby Bay with great performances, but Valin starting to step up and get a little bit more animated. It seems right back where they took glory. G2 might be about to find themselves. It hinges on Haven. A blockbuster decided to this series just around the corner.
Win map 3. अभी map 3 ये है कि कोई भी एक pop off कर दिया किसी भी टीम के लग सकता है. क्या लगता है? मोमेंटम कैरी फॉरवर्ड होएगा या 100 Thieves रीसेट मारेगा? कहने से तो मैं मोबाइल से आ रहा हूँ. मोबाइल का बैटरी भी 3% है. 3 नहीं है, 4 है.
What are some of your hopes for this stage 2?
I really want MIBR to do well because I've been following Zekin since he was in XSET, so I just want him to do well.
You know, I am really, really excited to see the games. I think that the MIBR energy, they're all looking amazing, so I really want to see them make it really far, but I think Leviathan is going to pull over at the top of them, so.
I hope everybody has fun, but I also hope 100 Thieves steal it all!
I hope Zelsis does well, and I hope Cloud9 wins a lot of matches.
Well, my hope is for Thieves to go 5-0 and win playoffs. Yeah.
It's for 100 Thieves and Sen to make it to playoffs, and then hopefully make it a champs, but if not, either one to make it a champs.
This is dangerous 2v2. The op is something you've got to respect, but Trent is unbothered.
They're going to try to push this to make sure none of these guns can be recovered. Nicely done. Timatino gets a lot of damage down.
What a map 2 we just witnessed between G2 Esports and 100 Thieves. And it was these guys right here, G2, managing to force this series to map 3 after some heroics in overtime. But let's not forget that 100 Thieves, they are taking the task to G2 Esports in a way that we, frankly, have not really seen from this team before. Mel, you talked about right ahead of the match, you said there's like an aura, there's an energy about this 100 Thieves team that's a little bit different. And I think you're still seeing it in these games. Like map 1, they thrive 13-4, and then they take them to the limit on Sunset.
Yeah, even on G2's map pick on Sunset, where I think G2 looks so much more comfortable when they have Baby Bay on that chamber and Jogamo on that Neon. And even on a map where I think the roles make a lot of sense for G2, 100 Thieves still taking it to the very limit. Genuinely, that game could have gone either way.
I was going to say, no tea, no shade to the other players on G2, but Jogamo belongs on that Neon. Like, no one else should be playing that. He needs to be on that.
Yeah, and look, I mean, actually it does a segue right into the player who was playing Neon in map 1, Baby Bay, who this time around we were seeing him on a little bit more of a comfort pick here. He was on that chamber, what we've seen him thrive on before, Alexis, so he does quite well for himself. But yeah, there certainly was a different plan that they had in map 1 that I think they figured out in map 2.
Yeah, I don't know what changed. I'm actually really impressed by their ability to bounce back because not only was Breeze a tough game, they got back-to-back aced on and were able to come into this map with a fresh mind. Baby Bay and Jaw coming out just super, super strong. I love when Baby Bay has this op in his hands. He always seems to get one at least.
Ever since Baby Bay has been a part of G2 in some capacity, whether he was subbing for them last year or when he's fully incorporated into the roster this year, the chamber just looks different on him. I have a lot of respect for him on the chamber and the Vice. He makes that role look so easy, and also props to G2 and their coaching staff to really bring him into that system.
Yeah, it also just makes me wonder too, right? Like when it came down to Breeze specifically, maybe there was like something that they just wanted to try out or whatever, but regardless of the fact, what you're seeing here from G2 Esports is more or less like what we had praised him for years prior, that resiliency to be able to hang on in these games and pick up those wins. One big player in that was Trent. He had a couple huge moments, Alexis, in that game, and it's good to be talking about Trent because we haven't really mentioned him in a little while. He's a guy who kind of rides under the radar, but when he does get activated, you take notice.
Yeah, he was looking clean, especially in that second half. And Sky is kind of an unorthodox pick on Sunset. We saw it, earlier when the map came out, but usually people play, Sova, Fade on this map, and he made the Sky look really impressive.
Yeah, what do you think about the Sky in this in particular? Do you think that it did, in fact, I mean, they won, but you want to see more of that?
Yeah, I mean, going into the map, I was not sold by the Sky whatsoever. I'm more of a Sky believer when you're throwing in like a Viper and a Harbor, something kind of like a la Loud 2022, 2023. But He's making me have some hope. I think this guy, I still have some room to believe, but when it's in Trent's hands, he's a special player, really.
Yeah, and of course, you know, even though things did not necessarily fare out well, as we had mentioned in map 1, it's just good to see that kind of consistency from Trent, just supporting in that role exactly as need be, and supporting one of the players who really needed to get things going on Sunset. That was Jogamo, who exactly what we were talking about right at the start, Mel. He gets on that Neon. He's a guy who just likes to run around, a rough shot all over his opponents. Neon's a perfect agent for him.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to Temet before this map, and
he was shocked.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, yeah, I really want to see, you know, Jogamo and Neon, and he has a lot of respect for that. And I think we got to see why Neon is so good on Sunset, right? Temet mentioned that's his best map, so that's her best map. So it's nice to see Jogamo kind of entering a form that we haven't seen in a bit, honestly.
I think why was mentioning it in the cast, but he's also getting the most difficult entries you've ever seen. Just the most unsupported entries on, you know, people who aren't even expecting him to be running around the corner. So I'm really impressed by his gameplay.
Yeah, I look at that though, and I'm like, hey, this is exciting, right? You know, great output from him. But I still think about, you know, what is that support that's looking like for Jogamo? Because that's kind of been a point of conversation multiple times throughout the season. Like, hey, Jogamo's going in there for the entry, but he's kind of not getting a lot of support there, Alexis. He's kind of falling flat. But this time around, it seemed to have worked out perfectly for them. But it came off of him just being Jogamo.
Yeah, of course. Not to say that his team is doing a poor job of supporting him. I just think that it's not necessarily a play style to be like, okay, we have to set up Jaw. He's very self-sufficient and is able to get those entries on his own without the support of the team. It just shows how good of a player he is.
Yeah, and of course on Neon, right, you have just so much flexibility to be able to do so much with that particular agent. But now we're going to map 3, and it had to end like this for 100 Thieves versus G2. It couldn't be any other way, and we're going to be taking a trip over to Haven, a great map, Mel, to settle the score between these two teams. Curious what we're going to get here as far as compositions go.
Yeah, I think we could definitely see Neon again. We keep talking about her, and she is, you know, still meta even after the nerfs. Maybe not as dominantly as before, but as a Haven IGL, just one of my favorite maps to call. And we're going to see the battle of two great minds in the scene, Vora and Valen. This is going to be really exciting to watch.
Oh yeah, great way to close out our first match here on a Saturday. Can 100 Thieves score their first win over G2 Esports in 2 whole freaking years? Let's find out. Haven is up next.
Are you willing to sacrifice a lot to learn? तुम लोग को पता है ना, यहाँ पे एक ऐसा प्लेयर है जिसके पास आयन बड़ी है गन में और जिसने 0 से चालू किया. ऐसा एक प्लेयर है VCT में. जस्ट सेइंग. How to make myself recognizable? Get Radiant back to back without trash talking or pulling down others. कि अगर वो होएगा तो मैं इन गेम ब्लॉक कर दूंगा, फिर कुछ नहीं हो सकता. या मेरा डायरेक्ट कोक. दिन के शुरुआत तेरे स्ट्रीम से और कदम भी तेरे स्ट्रीम पे. डब्ल्यू मिली जान गड़े. एम्बापे गोल्डन बूट लगा रहे अब तो फिर से. मेरा मैसेज पढ़ दले. पर मैं नेक्स्ट मंथ से वैलेंट पार्टनर प्रोग्राम आ रहा है, उसके लिए कुछ टिप्स दो. क्या टिप्स? इतना डेडिकेटेड है तो बता.
I definitely have my eyes on Jogamo though, because his best performances objectively, he was putting up crazy stats when he was playing that secondary duelist Phoenix. Had a lot of autonomy, and the timings he was taking, the flashes he was throwing out, being aggressive on this map in particular.
I think Jingo is
at his best in kickoff, at his best in Santiago on this role. And the way he's playing today, you got to expect him to be the guy that can take G2 to the win in this 2-1.
And a G2 who still hold the keys to the city, going up against the third team from Americas to win a global tournament since G2 lost in overtime in Bangkok. That was their chance. Since then, they've not come close, and they're here to remind 100 Thieves who Daddy still is.
But they've never lost that hunger But they've only got one chance this year to fulfill that dream that Valorant has had, that the team has had for years. They've been excruciatingly close. Day one of their journey to champions right now. Leaf trying to lock down his backside. The flash isn't good, but it doesn't matter. Asuna still claims that first blood. G2 fast in on the flood, but denied immediately.
Yeah, paranoia into the smoke, and nothing that G2 have to say about it.
There's that cryo lurk. Gets one of the first round, juxtaposed to Sunset, where on the first round he got caught on that lurk, was made irrelevant by a trip. Breeze, he was all over the place. He was in the walls. He was catching every rotator off. Highest impact player on that map. And G2 are going to struggle.
Yep. Just felt like maybe he wasn't able to intuit effective timings often enough on Sunset. That was a good start though, and also a bit of an ill omen for G2 is that they've been perfect in pistols. They get flawless in the first round of Haven.
Smoke at window can definitely indicate to 100 Thieves that a push down mid is the play from G2. Cryo is ready. Gets the first and a good adjustment for the second.
It's the Ghost player as well. Getting a lot of value in the round.
अभी एक गैप है साइरो चेक कर रहा है
throwing caution to the wind, pushing up and around like this, but 100 Thieves
जो देख
shows
जब
the same
तक
on
साइफर पोजीशन नहीं है ओमेन
Sitting
उसका बैक
back,
देख रहा
playing
है देखा
out of their own spawn.
जैसे ओमेन ने बैक छोड़ा साइफर देखना चाहता
Maybe more Cryo. The flash is turned, but all of a sudden this round
कुछ
is
फायदा नहीं
uncertain.
हुआ बट मैप देखो माँ कसम डब्ल्यू पे
100 Thieves still have the advantage in terms of the weaponry. Cryo just had that ghost.
Index Mumbai server. Imtiaz bhai, you can.
G2 going to have
but
to
it's
hit
not worth it. It's not worth your time.
shots with these
जबकि
pistols.
game में तुमको option दिया है कि you can mute them and report them.
Jaw trying to dig him out. Arsenal needs to stay safe and bang.
कोई और toxic होएगा उसके साथ तू बैठ के लड़ेगा.
Could be good. No. Arsenal's able to heal up anyway.
लड़ेगा तो फिर वैसा है कि
chimes in.
वो ज़्यादा कर लेते तो कम कर लेते वैसे नहीं
होगा. Okay, showing a little bit of proactivity here in the map on a thrifty round.
Yeah, a lot of fight, and there's.
और अगर वो बहुत toxic है तो सुन के ले रहा है.
If you're calling on someone on G2, you want them to win, you want someone to get involved, it's going to be him.
हर तूने return में बोला तो तू कुछ कर नहीं सकता है.
One of the best players in America, is one of the most flexible.
Nice!
And one that can take over games on just any role we have ever seen him play.
कर तो सकता है.
Yeah, true super flex.
मेरा भी एक बार बहुत दिमाग हटा था. मैं करने वाला था लेकिन फिर मेरे को बोला
that damage. This bonus round 5 for 100 Thieves. Not as deadly on paper as it could be, and with two players being hit for over 100 damage, you got to expect that G2 can take this one.
Running back from Arsenal though, can he rattle the cage a little bit? Some value here, no. He's going to be paranoid out entirely. Valen's able to shut him down easily enough now, playing from hell. An extension of the demon himself.
Baby को मारना पड़ेगा अभी.
Baby patient here, real patient. That is an audacious TP forward there from Bang, and all of a sudden might have been an opportunity. But again, Leaf is the foil to Chaos.
The blue bay Leaf.
Cryo doesn't have the luxury of finding a lurk timing here.
Bro,
oh my God.
कसम क्या trade लिया?
Yeah, the way this match has gone.
क्या trade लिया भाई?
Still believed him in that moment.
Absolutely. When Valorant first launched, Jink was placed in Iron 1 because it was his first title shooter. He had no prior FPS experience and climbed the rank to Radiant. Crazy man.
Valorant really improved on that anchoring effort, just having the right paranoia timing to counter that aggression out.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ Valorant में बहुत storylines है यार.
Asuna had.
जॉब जाके गेम खेल सकते हैं बॉन्कर्स ने बताया है.
Too upset at that result though if you're 100 Thieves. Look at what it's
सारे यंगस्टर्स पढ़े वड़े करके सीधा बर्थडे केक काट के वहाँ पे खेल रहे हैं.
They're finding a really good outlaw round now.
उनका उतना storylines है, बहुत storylines है यार.
On Sunset though, G2 did win a few rounds with a bye just like this. And that was really a difference maker in them being able to win that map out.
Look at how they've just taken over the A side of the map entirely. That is a no-go zone for 100 Thieves.
Nice round, लेकिन एक ही गन था ना उनके पास.
Or did get that ping on Leaf. This allows Arsenal into the side. He's desperately looking for a challenge. He himself gets revealed.
Good bonus का यही problem है रे. अभी ये round
Cryo low health
ये लोग
in the
जीत
side
गए
ready
ना
to
100
contribute.
Phoenix का वापस next buy round में अटकाएगा.
site has G2 players all over it, but Timo shot in the back, and Vora takes advantage of the better weaponry, playing it long range to get an additional.
Timing doesn't favor either of the players. I like the little dead stop there for 100 Thieves after getting a player up on the site. They wait for a flood.
Yeah, I love to see the IGL getting involved. For kind of an underrated shooter, if you ask me. He gets a really important one with that kill back. Plat, Asuna cleans things up.
Close to
a little closer to his second run it back of the game.
Some real push and pull in that round. G2 decisive on that A side early. But have to try and flood into this C side with many guys trained on them.
Yeah, they get that nice first catch on the player.
अचानक से गबरू बुल्जेरिन के आ जाएंगे. W तो था.
It's good flood
बस
back
मैं
in,
इसे दिखाता है और मैं मैच
the
में
lack of good weaponry, the
बोल
lack of
के
being able to
flex
play
करता
at
है.
range is just exploited by 100 Thieves on that hesitation. Purposeful slowdown.
What do you think Valorant should improve? What do you think Valorant should improve next in the game? पहले जो game में वो तो सब miss करे.
Canis Fury also spots Trent, reveals him, gives him more chance to try and spam him down.
Oh my god, how is he alive, man?
I'll say with the paranoia, that's nicely done from Valen, but still not going to be enough to slow down this train. Jaw got himself 3, make it 4.
Trade हो गया.
Now it's on Leaf, who has been the glass you break in case of emergency for
हो
G2.
जाएगा Recon plant.
Up against Vora. A rising star, young caller.
Bro, दिमाग के साथ
finds the edge in the round.
Plant करेगा करके.
Just sixth sense for Leaf's positioning there. How would he be walking out of the choke, playing off that recon?
Sexy दिमाग के साथ खेला, bro.
Little P catches him. Vora, the standout early days here for 100 Thieves on Haven. Back to back, 2 very important rounds. Jaw just trying his best to lock down this site. Baby with the slide in just gave Jaw additional time and space to work with to keep that streak of kills going. So good support from Baby, but ultimately it's not enough. G2 back onto an eco.
Yeah, Smig mode so far.
Next gun round में वो लोग वापस Alex करेगा.
There's plenty of Valorant still to play.
Timo loves to pick up this outlaw on attack. When the opposing team's economy is just low enough, you'll always take advantage of it.
Get up early if you're going to catch Valen slipping here. Patience from the young duelists.
वो लोग एक बख्शुदी करके वापस भी जाने वाले.
Trent. No info on that clear. We go into the B side with Timo. He's sold it up apparently now. That run it back over towards A.
Oh my god.
Both Phoenixes going to pop them. In fact, Tripwire's going to be the way there for Arsenal. This could undo him. He's able to back away and cause some spacing here with that molly thrown at Baby Bay's feet. Does he have time to get in and get a kill? He'll have to settle for a little bit of damage. No full commitment yet for 100 Thieves. They can call a cancel at any time.
There's so much time left on the clock. We have seen this consistently from G2.
That's a great
pick from Jaw. He'll go for a lot of timings like that out B. Is that going to be enough? The rotates are coming in his direction. Oh my god, decapitated.
No way! Oh, he's done it again. Bursts through the flames. And gives Valen a shocking reception. Post up on this corner. Timing doesn't favour him there, but Leaf walks up into him. Not bad from Baby Bay, but he has to give up his position to do so. And Trent so far yet to frag. Has to belatedly enter the back of the seaside with a sheriff.
The
action just picked up very quick, and Trent, there is that first kill. There's a real opportunity, but Austin not picked up by the recon, able to shut him down. No, it's these rounds though where G2 are on the low buys, and you know, in some cases it is one of the reasons that they are winning these thrifties. But they are so willing to let those duelist ults go. Every time they have had an overdrive on an eco round, they've sent it out, regardless of what the buys are around it. They use the run it back as well. They're so willing to try to use those ults to convert those rounds.
That does leave them with limited options now. Leaf might try and find like a lurk kill and turn that into a renewal theft opportunity. Trent could hunt his fury into that, like we saw in the previous map.
Pings are plenty, but no one on G2 in position to get the spam kill off.
Argentina is winning it 101%.
Expecting it off in this situation.
Good morning, good morning.
And they know that the money would, of course, be good enough.
Ab is match mein
BB is willing to opt on the neon, though. Much less in comparison to Sunset when he was on
मेरे
Chamber.
हिसाब से I think 100 Thieves strong है.
They're certainly wary about Sewer.
लेकिन लोग बोल
Cryo
रहे
doesn't have the
G2
usual to
favored
clear
है.
corners here, though. So this is a raw peek into a contact angle. Not the player you really want conducting that kind of operation. Crisscrossing fast lanes, though, into this A side. Timo's gotten quite deep, but a little bit too late to have found that kill on Baby Bay. The op gets value twice over. And he's just going to start hunting for kills up on that corner. Vora spared, and Trent backs up Baby Bay. Vora can't salvage another round. G2 get their second.
A good hold that's really fueled, by Baby Bay getting that op in his hands. Crucial first kill that allows the team to focus all of their attention towards long.
Now that I achieved so much.
That is insane.
Also, do you ever feel like skipping?
And for a second,
stream?
it looked like Bang
If
maybe
yes,
getting himself into a
what
position
makes
to
you go left?
turn
I do
back
feel
in their
like
favor.
skipping stream
He
when I'm
TP's up in heaven. You
tired
can
as
see
fuck.
Baby was like, wait, did he just go to hell?
When
He
I
didn't
get
know where to
2-3 hours
look,
of
but
sleep.
Bang couldn't find the timing, just had to drop
But
out of
then
heaven.
मैं
And, met
पंकु को
his
बोल के
end.
रहता हूँ मेरे को लात मार.
100 Thieves now. They're the ones on the eco.
ये मेरे को करना ही करना है.
Timo just playing as fast as always. Hardest Fury employed here. G2 don't want to let the volatility of 100 Thieves on this thrifty get the better of them, but Boris gotten into that B site.
That was a disgusting shot, and he's just
Bro, Trent ने मारा
all out aggro.
Got himself a weapon upgrade. Hunter's Fury also, which could be nice. And past the
उसके
Phantom
मुंह के सामने
over
आके
Arsenal
चला
now.
गया वो बंदा.
And look at Vora,
अभी
he's
वो
trying
लोगों
to
में
get out of
salt भी
dodge.
है, shock darts भी है,
Back to
drone
his
भी है,
grasp, but
recon
there's an
भी है वो लोग
opportunity
के
to
पास.
use that Hunter's Fury.
Altron gets shot going into
सायरों
B.
को मारना पड़ेगा. पहला 100 मर गया तो उन लोग का बहुत heavy बीटी होएगा.
Cryo refuses to be dug out of that corner. He crosses during the paranoia.
मस्त blind दिया.
This is
जो
all
भी है
timed by
protect Sova at all cost.
Vora needs a ping for a Hunter's Fury. Might let it go anyway. There's Asuna though, locks it down. That Phantom getting passed around like the sisterhood of the traveling pants, and it's done its job. Just Trent up on the side, and we are looking at a bona fide USDA grade prime 50 round from 100 Thieves, man. What a showing.
माँ कसम का
Leaf
राउंड
was the
निकाला.
critical player there for G2, needing to get that swing out so he could kill Vora. But he just wasn't able to. Too many eyes on that door. 100 Thieves know the win con that they're playing to on the G2 side, and they
आपके
deny
स्लिप
him.
साइकिल के वजह से एयरफॉल हुआ है.
Vora's
मेरे को
going
चलेगा
insane.
एयरफॉल.
He got a rifle
What
off
a
that.
shot.
Gives it to Asuna.
लोगों के ब्रेन सेल्स फॉल हो गए. उसका तो रिकवरी
Forward
भी
for
नहीं
the
है.
second, it's crazy.
There's no time. Everybody wait!
That should tell you everything you need to know
जरूरी
about
नहीं था.
headspace.
देख राउंड
100 Thieves
सिक्योर
right
करने
now,
के
they
लिए
should be pleased. They managed
हुआ
to
तो हुआ
thrifty
कि सब
G2
क्लोज
right
थे
back and keep
और
a
वो बी
4-round
पुश आउट
lead
कर
here.
दिया तो हो सकता है कि
Not only do
सब
they
लोग मरे
thrifty
कोई
them
कहाँ
back,
भाग
they
नहीं सकता.
recover a bunch of guns. Their economy is going to be crazy. They're in position to have another dominant half. much
मान
like
जाओ
that
यार
first one
हद
on
होती है.
Breeze.
स्पेन जीतेगा बोल दो. नहीं कहाँ से
G2
अर्जेंटीना
are a
भाई.
team, the team in this region that
अगर मेरा
always
सब गोल
have
पूरा हो
the
गया तो
answer.
शायद से स्पेन जीत सकता
They
है.
allow
वरना तो आई
for
थिंक
their
101%
opponents to
अर्जेंटीना.
throw them curveballs. Ask the question. Valorant now needs to prove that these guys who have been the benchmark, the standard for structured, strategic play, are still the front runners in
मैं
this
अर्जेंटीना
region.
सपोर्ट
Despite
हूँ. याद है
feels like
मैच 6
every other
मिलियन में
team from
विधि ने बोला
America is
था.
getting the spotlight before they can.
मेसी गुड.
2 years.
कुछ left
They
right
have
हो गया, विली को गाली
exemplified
दी
that
ना, उसने
against
मेरे को
100
introduce
Thieves. That was just the stat I was about to mention. 2 years ago to the day was the first time G2 beat 100 Thieves in
Jinx
this
मत करो भाई,
5-0
सिर्फ
streak
VCT
against
करो.
them. And it might be broken
सब
on
जगह
that
है,
same
पता नहीं
day if
क्यों.
100 Thieves keep up this great performance on Haven.
चौथा फिनिक्स साल्ट
If you're a
प्लेट
sucker
में
for a
आते हुए
story, this game is a dream. G2 here, they've got the hero rifle for Trent, pushed well up
मिड पुश
one
नहीं
way
है.
on the C extremity.
This truly is a test of just how resilient this G2 team
ठीक
can
है.
be.
अभी
I
फिनिक्स
think the
साल्ट
past month or so has been the toughest in their entire run that they've had over the last
मैंने
couple
देख रहा है.
years.
कैंप भी देख रहा है फिनिक्स साल्ट.
We've seen them make so many comebacks in the past, but this is beyond
Can
that,
be
what they
thoda.
need to accomplish.
Oh, this timing from Asuna is
Just
huge.
another run it back. Does spot out one. Valen.
He turned his back!
dealt with
Valen
close.
turned his back on C long because of the distraction effect of Asuna.
एंटी
Bang is simply the immovable object.
ने बैंक को पे खड़ा होना ही था ना, फिनिक्स को हेल्प कर रहा था.
The G2 stinger, not quite enough this time.
Overdrive has not been able to be enough for them either. Using it again on a low buy round, trying to get something accomplished. Not the case.
इतन बना 100. तो इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, शर्म करो ना, क्लिक वाले कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं मेरा गोल. फिर मैं मेरी चैट क्या चीज?
It's got to be said.
मेरा चैट रिव्यू में आ रहा है क्या, और इज गेटिंग ग्रेडेड, कुछ उल्टा भी नहीं लिखा नहीं.
Getting Arsena into garage, getting Valent's head turned. Everything they needed.
You just have that confidence that we saw on Breeze completely flowing with 100 Thieves on this map again.
मैं भी काम कर लूँ तो crazy हो जाएगा. करो.
Okay, we're seeing the G2 push up. This time not on a thrifty though.
It's a nice little passive cam just to ensure that G2 haven't worked their way too deep down mid.
ये राउंड क्रूशियल है. ये राउंड G2 हार गया तो I think GG है. T setup अच्छा है.
100 Thieves have barely gotten off the starters mark in terms of map position in this round.
V fight के लिए भी support अच्छा है. A retake कर सकते हैं क्या? Main question हुआ है.
And a smoke A as Timo again is trying to sell.
Heaven के लिए वो लोग को मालूम है A retake है. वो लोग A जाने वाले हैं.
Trips. One up, one went down.
आवाज आ गया.
He's not committing to any. He's like, just yet. Oh, that's crazy.
I think they
running
thought
away.
about
That last bullet.
Bro.
They thought about pinging back, but they can't really get across. Is the issue.
Things are getting awkward as G2 are trying to rotate around the map properly. Players being caught on either side. Rotations being denied. Phoenix on Phoenix, yeah. Arsenal not going down, not getting tagged up. And now it's 2 versus 2 on 8 to... I mean, G2 could try to commit to this.
How does Arsenal become relevant in this round though? He's so far from the action.
He's so scared of Jongmo still. He's going to need to pick up the pace.
Okay, Bang's been revealed up on site. They don't know about Timo in that corner though. Here comes the sewer push up here. It's too good on Arsenal. Where are you? Bang's going to have to do it on his own. Oh, the neural theft as well. All that time, Arsenal spent trying to come from an inventive location. All of his plans are laid bare. And I'm going to give it the jaw there, bro. He keeps Arsenal out of that fight.
That wrap just came a little bit too late. A few seconds earlier when Bang was still engaged with those players playing from hell. And that might have been the round locked up for 100 Thieves. But this decision for proactivity from G2 in the mid-round is what gets them an advantage. It's what throws 100 Thieves off. It's what keeps Arsenal stuck in this weird position, unable to rotate back because it's just applying so much pressure onto them.
I mean, the plan changes for those teams like 3 times each.
Yeah, exactly. They're
supposed to sell the fake, they actually try to go to that A side.
They're like unable to be decisive because of the way that G2 are playing.
Back C side from Bang.
100 Thieves just making it look like they want to take that A long control quickly and then a fast pivot to fight towards garage.
Baby Bay being safe.
Gonna
get a crossfire set up with Leaf.
Very much comebackable.
Just plays to live, and that's definitely the right decision. Those are the kind of angles where we've seen Timotino get plenty of opening kills.
And this time it's 100 Thieves who are way more proactive in this mid-round. G2 have adopted the role of just sitting back, jiggling these corners, drawing some shots in util.
Bro, A गए तो अच्छा timing मिलेगा बे.
Poke here though from Baby Bay, getting a little bit uncomfortable. Cryo has that greater level of patience. Now fast lane into the A side. It's going to be a real acceleration here from 100 Thieves. For a bit of a wrinkle in that plan. 1 for 1, Trent going to avoid Paranoid, able to come his way from sewer, but he cannot hold his own against Arsena, who is firing on all cylinders, and Jaws' ult is down.
Guardian just not the weapon for the job. G2 only hopes to take the time to try to get through this smoke, but Arsena too vigilant.
Huh?
Leaf's got to save. There's just no money for him.
करते selfie ली.
Arsena checks that corner, knows there's a cam.
Arsena will like cam
money.
डाला
Conversely, for 100 Thieves to start throwing hand over fist.
ये कौन सा पोजी है?
Yeah, Arsena even in death there. happy to just get another orb. They've got enough money, and it's not like they're going to take an eco. We're almost done with the half, so might as well just get that one no matter what.
It's frustrating. Round for Leaf. It felt like he was just a half second too late to impact the round. That Omen smoke coming down and connect it.
I really feel like so much of this series from beginning to end has come down to the dynamic of the lurkers. Cryo on Breeze, Baby Bay on Sunset, both of them showing up proficiency at being able to cut off rotators, find timing, suppress for space, catch someone off guard, get an opening kill, and now we're back to Cryo being able to do that. And does a 2 Baby Bay, who was such a pain when he was on the chamber back on Sunset.
Doable hai obviously, ability to really change gears twice in that round.
right जाने पड़ेगी.
First, it's the slowdown in that mid round.
First gun round
looking for opportunities, and then Cryo just stops in front of Garo. Then it's the acceleration onto A. 2 mode shifts gives 3 different looks.
Lot to us. 2025 के बाद तो गायब हो गए ना, नहीं तो?
A lot of A main control here for G2.
वो लोग हर इसके लिए qualify हुए हैं.
Around that corner, but he's willing to find out.
It's a trap play for G2, but it doesn't net the value they would have wished for.
Trophy नहीं आ रहा, लेकिन
that paranoia stun combo.
हर इसके लिए qualify हो रहा है, तो गायब नहीं.
Yeah, still an exchange of util. A fair bit has to be used by 100 Thieves there.
But they feel more than happy to just quickly pivot towards this C site. It allows them to get the orb. They're going to get that execute off. Arsenal running it down. Not able to convert on the job, but the trade is there from Timo.
Yeah, Timo gets there. That's a real kill that he gets. Arsenal was just ulting. Timo eventually falls, but he'll take the one. Leak from the back of the side. They're looking pretty hard to shift. Bang now getting active. Here's that mid-round lurk, but Fallon is waiting for him. And Arsenal doesn't really have any way to obscure his movements, but Baby Bear hoped for a double swing.
30 seconds left.
Arsenal was hoping to top himself up a little bit with this wall. Flash through, but Valon's going to be hard to shake. Valon, patient, patient! The grizzled veteran gets his 3.
Oh my god, usko laga reposition kiya karke.
Too many angles for Arsenal to be concerned about getting back in there. The wall helps him move forward, but it does allow Valon an option to drift back.
Close tha yaar,
that default box. Great hold by Leaf.
Galat mara Leaf ne, Leaf ne bahut
definitely called upon in that moment when you have 100 Thieves just going for the full exec into C after they draw out that A util, realize there's a trap there, a lot of players. Leaf needed to lock that down, and he does.
15 and 6 for Arsenal, coming into half. 100 Thieves with a 4-round lead here on Haven. It's a scoreline that promises a competitive second half, so don't go too far. This is the decider between G2 and 100 Thieves.
कल कोई मैच है या नहीं है ना? तीनों रीजन का चले जा रहा है, पता नहीं क्या सीन है, पहले ऐसा नहीं था. अच्छा तीसरा दिन है ना, तीनों रीजन है. आज मेरा बर्थडे बंक्स भाई, लूसीफर मेनी मेनी हैप्पी रिटर्न्स ऑफ द डे मेरी जान कर डे. तेरा हाइट कितना है? 5'11.5". गुड मॉर्निंग बन गया. गुड मॉर्निंग. प्रज्ञा मालूम पड़ जाएगा कुछ दिनों में.
Six years on 100 Thieves for Arsenal, and finally it feels like he's no longer
How to become
playing
a
under
professional
the weight
Valorant
of what
Esports
this
player
team
by
has
playing the game
failed to accomplish.
Professionally.
It's a long way. There were tournament wins, sure, but maybe none of this magnitude.
Good morning. Good morning.
The expectation never lessened on this player. He's stuck with his team. He has a big resolve. That's about the domestic greatness.
Always
and they had last year's got breaking hearts.
Managers, coaches, just being so excellent to work with, so communicative, just all around great teammate. And At various times when his performance dipped, which will happen in a 6-year career, there were people who felt like he didn't have a place in the league anymore, but so late into it, with this 2026 iteration of 100 Thieves, he has proved more than his worth.
Leaf asking for a punish here on a player that's pushed up, and you can hear him. Didn't get it done himself, apparently, as Arsenal was chomping at the bit.
It's a good rotate.
Mara to mara, nahi mara to. Info.
Good understanding of where G2 are headed.
Vora could be set up for a late wrap here. Bang, though, takes contact, and he's found two. That's massive. Relay bolt also going to be definitely dodged away from it. Valor now in the open gets wrecked.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden, the spark that Leaf created in the early round is quenched.
A stunner from Bang. That paranoia, perfect timing, free first kill. I say free, but even still, the movement was hard for him to deal with, despite maybe not being able to see. Talking about it on some of the earlier maps, but Bang is one of the last players you want to run into holding a site.
I think 4-man blind
Anchoring is his element.
But if you don't test his anchor, he'll lurk on you late in the round. That's the double threat he's always brought.
Look at the G2 buy. This is reminiscent of old G2, the Stinger G2, the always force G2.
Yeah, that round 2, 5 Stinger corrode buy. But like kickoff was really highlighted by that. Paranoia here affecting Cryo, but he's safe for now inside this cyber cage. He's going to hear it all though. He knows what's coming his way! And the Spectre sings! A discordant tune maybe to G2, but they're fighting for this C site. And Baby Bay, that's a huge win.
Look at the HP though on G2.
Arsenal has to spray and pray here.
Just nothing between them to work with. They could tie to a wall.
Trent's able to get off of it. He's ready for a bit. He's so alive. Arsenal got to heal as well. Here comes Trent. Considering a way around that corner, but the Aldrone late in the round is pretty enlightening, and it's easy to set these crossfires up. A cracking start to the second half here for 100 Thieves.
So close, but oh man, hope just ran out when you saw how much damage those players took. And I really like how Vora and Arsenal are able to play that. They know that a garage re-wrap towards spawn is a possibility, but they also know everyone is so weak, so they're able to use the drone in that position. Arsenal is able to cover Vora because if a player swings from anywhere, it's just such an easy kill. That drone baits him out.
And now that gap has opened up to 6 rounds. G2 going for a force on that previous one. They've squandered an opportunity to develop an economy, so they're on to the Bandits and armor.
On one hand, you want to think that that's confidence from G2, knowing that that's their kind of buy. They've won so many rounds like that over the past couple of years. But on the other, you could call it desperation. Given the scoreline, given how good 100 Thieves are on this map, feeling like we just need something. Something to ignite this comeback.
सेम एजेंट हमेशा क्यों बोट टीम पे कुछ कॉम पैसा रहता है जो बैलेंस रहता है, मतलब तू एग्रेसिव भी खेल सकता है, तू डिफेंसिव भी खेल सकता है, तू तेरे हिसाब से फाइट ले सकता है.
Getting an insert outside of the B side here.
तो इसलिए मिरर कॉम बहुत होता है कुछ मैप्स में. जैसे एसेंट में डबल इन्हीं बहुत देखा था एक टाइम पे जब मेटा था.
Typical bonus for 100 Thieves.
So okay.
They are still trying to stack this A side
अभी
just
Phoenix
in case.
Phoenix Neon बहुत अच्छा है.
There's no reason to stay. Timo in
Good morning, Bunks back. Good morning.
Mustard in the kitchen with the candlestick. And an easy pickup.
30
it's a
seconds
clue
left.
reference.
I got
it. Okay, just
आ गया already एक.
G2 working their way towards this side, but 100 Thieves are just fast to rotate, fast to deny it, counter utility, smokes go down. Timo just wants to go hunting. Just win. Right within their grasp at this point. Up 11-4.
G2's gambit on those stingers in the previous round really left them without an answer here. Leaf is done. No spike to perish to, no chance.
Oh, no, they're just not even going to bother.
Yep.
Brutal. Brutal. He has 2,800 into this round.
He can't even get the sweet release of death, bro. All right, timeout here for G2.
Josh has to get involved. It's 100 Thieves on the precipice of match point, and then doing what they haven't been able to do for 2 years, beat G2, make a statement in this league.
One enemy remaining.
What is this guy doing, bro? You can't save your deagle.
In his defense, he was not trying to. He was not trying to. There is no chasm to simply fling yourself up here on Haven. Much as I'm sure G2 would like that.
No
Troll
giant doors to stand under.
Advantage हटा दिया उसको. उसको full buy पैसा नहीं है अभी उसके पास.
All right, so the big red button has been hit inside the G2
Game
coach's
मजा
dugout. They get a chance to craft something around this buy round, which may be one of their last. Hard not to highlight Arsenal, who's about to hit 20 kills in this game.
And it was those Stage 1 playoffs where they made the switch. Neon all throughout the regular stage, and then he started playing that Phoenix. He ran it on Breeze, looked so good, and the light bulb just went off that, yeah, this guy should probably just be playing Phoenix all the time. Yep. They make that swap, and since then, it's just been better and better. Obviously, they felt the sting from those Stage 1 playoffs of being just one spot away from qualifying. Being denied by teams like G2, by NRG. And they were able to beat NRG in the finals to win EWC, and upon returning to Americas, they're 2 rounds away from beating G2 as well. The teams that have always stood in their path from success in our region, they would be making a statement here.
Baby just trying to will himself into an aggressive mindset there. Does own himself some real estate in sewer. Can't step much further forward. Foul drone.
तुम लोग को दिख रहा है जो चीज मेरे को दिख रहा है?
Perfect timing from Valen.
Gets a sick lurk up there. Opens up the seaside, and yet Timo doesn't instantly want to move away. Unfortunately, realizes he's kind of pinned in here now. Spotted out by Valen, hit with the paranoia, and it's going to be a backstab here in a moment, but Valen gets that kill. And this is all off the game sense of G2's captain.
Knows that crunch was coming eventually. Go forward, go backward. Someone on G2 is ready to face him.
G2 have remediated their weaponry issues. Still a shaky economy. Yeah, I hate to see those. Bang gets some garage control back, but here's Valen. We've been asking for a captain's round. Might be about to get it. Still money here for 100 Thieves, so Bang gonna have a crack at it anyway. Denies the ace.
मत करो G2 के सामने वो लोग का बहुत अल्टा रहा है. Attacking map पे ले लो एक.
Great stuff from Valen. Have needed him to get involved. Started 2 on Sunset, had some flashy moments.
खत्म करने का call दे दो.
But when you're watching G2 on attack, it's far beyond wanting Valen to be able to get kills. It's about the prowess that he has as the in-game leader that he's had for years. That's what has maintained maybe the most critical factor that is maintained G2 as the consistent #1 in Americas. Why in this region they have remained unbeatable.
So a monumental gap in the defenses for 100 Thieves is
20 years
exploited. They still 6 rounds behind.
G2, one of those teams that are just so regimented on attack. Whenever we would listen to their comms in the mid-round, they are just
coming actually possible
everything. Every consideration of where someone could be. It's always a 3-2-1. Everyone's always doing something together.
3 round निकाल सकते हो लोग.
That aspect of the game is going to have to
और एक round eco जाएगा तो मतलब 11-9 तक
make
जा
this
सकते हो.
comeback a reality. They can't afford any mistakes.
It's like a standard C split here. The Cryer pulled well and truly out of garage. Couldn't play off his trip either. He finds his way into the side ahead of those backside smokes. I don't think he's ready for this. Look, they've got multiple players watching the push out of garage as well. And Babybay starting to clear the trips. Bang back in the corner. Babybay knows he has to be the one to go. First in. And Arsenal's runner back is dealt with. Babybay is low.
First in, and he slips out. They're going to leave Leaf as this contingency over on the other side of the map as they work into B.
As is Trent.
potential
Bro, double
backstabs that can
insert
be
hai, bro.
activated.
Bang and Vora have to put this together. They
Kasam,
need to get towards B, but that
G2
running
insane
back is
kill
a
liya
problem.
ye
They've got to
round.
give Jaw some space now. Vora caught out entirely. And Cryo couldn't find a trade. This is squeaky clean.
How nice is that from G2? Just having the ult from Jaw, that run it back, forces the players on 100 Thieves routed into that C site. And they'd never expect that you'd have Trent just waiting in Cubby as a second late backstab.
मस्त खेला.
So he gets that really free kill onto Vora.
मैंने बताया समय
It's a great
5-5
round.
खेला. प्रोटोट ने कहा इतने कम पे एजेंट्स खेलो और वैसे कम आया.
Oh Lord, he coming. He coming!
It's tough to tuck in that corner. The barrel is just
अभी पैसा है नहीं.
always revealed.
So Cryo really gives up garage there, right? He plays way back towards his spawn, even though previously he was set up to play up trip. That's the opening that gets exploited.
I feel like that's a round where we were just talking about Valen having to go beyond just getting kills to win them around. It's about his IGL and his leadership. And in that round, yeah, it is this push towards C. And an excellent pivot towards the B side, but then having those additional layers to close out the round that they left behind from the initial effort on C. It's just great all around from mid-round.
Thank you for the 22
Other things called the timeout here. Still 5 rounds to the good, but NBS is seeing some issues that have to be rectified. Some nice IGL rounds back to back though from Valen.
Bot by like 22 months. Love you, Mary Jani. Good day. Thank you for 22
turn
months of
uncertainty into inevitability. He's got some credibility to earn back, I think, in the eyes of the fans.
क्या message है बोलो?
The lineup performance obviously tough, but really punctuated for me by that loss against XLG. A team that, up until this point, G2 have had no issue with. In general, all the Americas teams have been confident in those matchups against China, so that
कैसा गया शॉट बंक्स? अच्छा गया.
I think exemplifies a slip in level from this team. This is the kind of game, though, where you can really start to build it back, build that confidence back. Might have to be a win in overtime if that.
बट इनके दोनों जगह मेंबरशिप है. Love you, Rob. Bye. Love you, मेरी जान. Good day.
Then no comeback is going to happen. Remove any ideas of
एक दुख के अभी क्या दुख?
You know, maybe start playing a little more passive, play without that confidence. The metaphorical park the bus, you know, playing not to lose type style.
How did that go?
Not well for anyone.
He did not come home.
चालू करेंगे कि
Yeah, we've seen these thrifties though. 100 Thieves have managed to spin gold out of them.
मिलने नहीं आया मैं. आपने जो help किया वो.
So far, they're not really throwing caution to the wind, and it's just a walk up into Timo, and G2 say, you know what? We're not going to take any risks here. You're in 11 rounds.
पहले bot by.
Happy to commit a neural theft now.
That bot by ने मेरा पैर लगा था.
There is one Sova on this side that they can just
मेरा कार्ड से खाने का पेमेंट नहीं हो रहा था पता है.
Turn into a ballistics dummy. All right, some stat padding goes a long way. Time and place for it, and Leaf gets his 4.
Comebackable. Comebackable.
Now this is that round in the game where if G2 win, you start to believe. Before this, you're waiting to see if they get to this point in the game. This is the believer round. If they take it here, this comeback is legit.
It's an inflection point. Timo's gotten himself the op though. Just holding in sewer.
Sprint का ult भी आ जाएगा.
But did 100 Thieves get value out of that NBS
Save
timeout?
तो होगा, save नहीं रही करे.
Jeez, he doesn't want to hold a passive line, does he?
Timing was almost there, but not quite. G2 had just thrown out all of your standard early round stuff to pressure towards A.
Leaf ने free का camp तोड़ा.
That slow mid-round pace.
Waiting for 100 Thieves play to get nervous! Damn, Joel, that is cold. Headshot there on Bang is a big one. That starts to open a path 3 here through the middle of the map.
नहीं B plant ultra रहा है सो
at least for a moment stopped any further pressure towards Garage, but it is made irrelevant.
True entry fragging from Joel.
Yeah, he's picking up some ridiculous kills. Vora unable to convert. IGL versus IGL goes to Valen.
What can Cryo do here? Very much a position that's known and noted. And he's taken Mumbai through garage at that.
They are starting to make me a believer now. Not just because they won this round, but it's the fashion in which they've won the last couple. They are dialed in right now. It's that perfect regimented style from G2.
And then George jumps out of mid-window and just wins a duel.
Yeah. You have that
That's
on top
supposed
of it.
to be
you have that on top of it.
The combination that gets G2 that success. It's the structure versus that raw talent of George in concert, which at times felt discordant, like it was a bit of a push and pull. But I think the real masterstroke of building this G2 team is making them work in concert.
Timo 2 times had the off, couldn't find value, tries to save, can't save either. G2 relentless.
Now it's getting serious. The economy for 100 Thieves at a bit of a shaky spot. This might be the kind of round that they want to supplement with an overdrive of their own, something. Oh, okay.
That is ridiculous.
बाई किया और हार गए तो फिर तो 11-10 हो सकता है और वो लोग का अल्ट्रा रोटेशन वापस आएगा.
4 is not even hit with that paranoia, but Valent's still able to convert.
Second timeout being called from 100 Thieves. Had both of them in the talk late in this game because they were so dominant early. MBS didn't need to get involved. And as you were saying, these were the rounds with the ults like this we're seeing on 100 Thieves, with the overdrive. The G2 were just happy and willing to throw them out with some kind of
respect for doing
early
work,
round
but
aggression.
Respect plus love
Wasn't always working out. We'll see if 100 Thieves opt for something similar or just try to save them for later.
From this point on, both coaches are going to have to keep a white-knuckle grip on the reins because there will not be any further opportunities to chime in and address their players. From here on out, it's on the captains, it's on the callers to do the work. And scenarios like this, perhaps, sure, Josh, you're saying, hey, you're speaking more to the emotion, more to the mental side. Nothing too specific. What we're doing right now is working. That is 4 rounds in a row. Stay sharp, trust each other, complete this comeback.
Can't imagine the amount of times that MBS has been in a situation like this in his 6-year coaching career. Across regions, across different teams, so much success.
My camera is destroyed.
Knows what it takes to get his team over the finish line. But can 100 Thieves do it against G2? One of the most resilient teams, if not the most, in our region. They've been down in Americas, but never out. They always bounce back. They always get that win.
They've had to be. Losing in overtime, the Masters final in Bangkok, and being dominant in their home region 4 times, stage champions, and still missing that garnish at the international events. They've got to keep putting the work in. And this is the team that stayed together and ascended as a unit when they could have been picked apart that guard core, right? They believed in each other. That's what it's going to take to win 4 rounds here.
The danger feels real with Leaf getting caught jumping out of the window. What could have happened to Jaw last round happens to Leaf here, but I'm looking at that 100 Thieves HP. You're looking at the weaponry, and you have to imagine the G2, they'll be able to close this out. Oh my god, danger, but Valen gets it.
Yeah, first shot, not there for Timo. The paranoia was there for Valen. He's still able to prevail. Baby Bay in trouble though. Caught in that corner. Here comes Arnold's Fury. Not again. 100 Thieves, surely. Valen has to be the antidote to the chaos. He's got to control it and not participate in it. TP across the way. Timing though does not favor him. It is 100 Thieves. A thrifty to set up match points.
They've really given G2 a taste of their own medicine. That was the G2 type round to get them the sunset win.
How many thrifties are we going to see from these guys, man?
Hunter's Fury from Fora was so good. Massive impact. And then immediately into that drone for them to play off of. Austin hears that Valen TP, has the read on where he was going. Immediate swing out, gets that kill.
No chance for a timeout here. No icing of the kicker. G2 have to hold on. Still got the money. They've been able to build up an economic buffer. They can taste victory. They can taste the breaking of a 2-year-long curse. 5 consecutive losses to G2. What a way to start this Stage 2 campaign. A win would be.
All it takes is just one more round. G2 a couple ultimates to stay alive. Slowing things down again in this mid round. That is the G2 way.
Clear. ये बहुत रिस्की है पता है ये बहुत रिस्की है क्योंकि पूरा रिक्लियर नहीं किया कोई भी गैराज में रहता था ना वो लोग बहुत क्रेजी टाइमिंग मिलता था सीधा 100 दिव्स राउंड हार जाता था
on B is an insert. Now with the smoke coming in, Timo finds the timing to get ahead of it. Bang, hop, skip, jump away, avoiding Val, and he's hoping to find something here, but he gets the side at least. There's the plant. Here comes the overdrive now. You can feel G2, they know how thin their margins are. And Baby Bay's going to pop the ult.
That ult about to expire. 100 Thieves biding their time for that to be the case as they make this re-entry. Timo into the site.
Arsenal could be huge here. Fighting out a garage and getting a flank opportunity in this post plant would be everything. But there's Valentine in the corner. It's going to be a trade. Arsenal found one, but that's it. Hunter's Fury now from Trent to try and slow this on down. He caught Cryo. He leaves Bang all alone. Still got the neural theft, so good information for Bang to work with now, but this is tough to fight out of. Another tap. Shoulder peek from Trent, sees everything he needs to, and he knows that Bang ain't on the spike. In fact, he's out of there.
G2 work together outside that B site. They get the space in it, and overdrive offers a lot of delay, and then you see that hurry 100 Thieves just trying to get their way back in, but beyond getting into the site, in that situation, you need to fight out of it. You need to go all the way down yard. They have windows smoked. You know that they need to kill so many players, but crossfires that G2 were able to set up there, they're not going to be able to deal with that.
Neon or Phoenix
That economic buffer all of a sudden completely undermined. 100 Thieves.
Oh,
with an awkward 1.5 by Arsenal, though, hero rifle and run it back at his disposal.
Throws out the flash, goes for the peek, but does not spot a soul. Immediate run it back, or can't convert. Spam comes through from Baby Bay.
Keep it going, why not? That's 2 kills, unanswered.
Bang recovers that lone rifle that 100 Thieves have on offer for the team. Tries to play around that anchor smoke. Look at this pressure, the stun, the util.
They've got this side dead to rights here. 100 Thieves just haven't really had an appropriate retort. They haven't had the weapons to hold their ground. And frankly, the Phoenix ult from Jaw was very well apportioned. Cryo again, left as a loose end and eventually snipped off.
The kind of round where you're happy to get that Phoenix ult involved just to ensure that you close out that anti-thrifty.
First fake angle hold करेंगे kill मिला तो मिला retake अब जी
pretty fundamental stuff here. Baby Bay ready to play off of Jaw. The two
no MFBR versus energy I cannot कल सुबह पंखों को बाहर जाने का to wake up very early
for G2 to take us again to overtime.
Emphasis towards C. Cryo, the lone anchor. Try to maybe cross to get out, but not with this barrage of utility.
Cryo spotted out in the corner. Has to move. Arsenal charges forward, but Jaws just going to spray him down through the blaze walls. Himself. G2 have pulled back off this side. What an interesting syncopation.
They know they can't hard force it in that moment. 100 Thieves will have rotated too many players. There was too much delay on account of Arsenal's ult.
They just gotta stop dead. Yeah, refight for it. Okay, Cryo finds a great timing here.
Such a great isolation onto Baby Bay, exploiting him stuck in the garage. They pounce on the opportunity.
Cryo's ready for this. He knows players are coming from. Can he buy time, stay alive as long as he possibly can? Valen swings out, but gets the better of him, and Arsenal chimes back in. Blaze wall up, obscures his positioning, and it's down to Trent to save the day. And 100 Thieves brimming with confidence. A trophy under their arm and a chip on their shoulder. A moments away from settling the score. Grouped up together, no spike plant, and the champions of Paris return home. Break a curse that has spanned for 2
Bro. थोड़ा लेफ्ट राइट हो गया रे। रीड करने का तो वो लोग गराज के बाहर निकल जाना चाहिए था, जब तक वो लोग वापस रिक्लियर नहीं करते, क्योंकि तुम लोग इस पर स्पेस लेते हो, रिक्लियर होता ही है। फाइनल है क्या? नहीं नहीं नहीं, अभी तो राउंड रॉबिन है रे, सब टीम सबके सामने खेलेगा, वो वाला है। ओके, दैट इज इट, दैट इज इट। गुड गेम, मेरे को मालूम था क्लोज आएगा। गुड गेम। सो जाना, 8 बजे मत सोना, कंफर्म 8 बजे। मैं गुड नाइट वाला मैसेज लिख सकता हूँ, गुड मॉर्निंग जो भी है, कंफर्म 8 बजे सोऊंगा। जो भी लोग वाईटी पे जाते जाते लाइक कर देना, और बाय 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 बाय। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द जी पे मेरी जान गोटे। मेरे पास फ़ोन नहीं है तो मैं अभी देख नहीं सकता। लव यू मेरी जान। बाय बाय, गुड नाइट्स, आदियोस, चेडे आदियोस, टेक केयर, सी या, बाय बाय। मिलते हैं कल पैसिफिक में, आई थिंक जंजी नोंगशिम का मैच है और डीआरएक्स और एक का मैच, सो शुड बी फन। चलो बाय, सी या, बाय, सी या, बाय।
I find you a star, and we could be in love, lighting up the dark. But there's nothing I can do, I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle, like somebody be so beautiful.